You know, usually I'd wait around like at least 5 minutes or something to start. But I want to witness more depression. Yippee! Because I still don't know what the frick happened. Well, I do know, but it's just like I can't comprehend it. It's great. It's great. It's fine. Everything's fine. No one's depressed. Just ignore the title of the stream. No one's depressed. Nothing happened. We're all good. It's fine. It's all good. If I keep lying to myself, then maybe I'll believe it. I don't know what I'm saying. I do. I'm not professional at this at all. I'm just here playing games. Let's just freaking... Hello, Tarasaurus. Your head killed a man. Which, that's not cool. That's not cool, Tarasaurus. I really want to see his face. But, we're just gonna go... Oh, the SS5 incident. Oh yeah, we were trying to look into that case of the President Zangfa, because he got kidnapped years ago, and they never figured it out. We had to figure out a murder that had happened there at the time of the president's kidnapping. Yippee! Let's do this. Oh no! I forgot. Oh. Ah, the whole gang's here. Oh no, Sean. Where's my crying emote? That's a sad. There it is. There's me being sad and depressed. No. Sean, he was my dad? Oh yeah, then right off the bat, yeah. The president of Zangfa is apparently Sean's father. And he accidentally killed him. Oh my god. He was my dad. I don't know the voice. I forgot it already. It can't have been easy, learning the truth about his father's identity so unexpectedly, and too late to ever get to know him. You know how hard I tried to find him? Sean, I get it, he was the president. He had a lot more to think about than just me, but he was right there in front of me, right there on the set. So why didn't he just say something? Why didn't he tell me who he was? I'm sorry, Sean. I'm so sorry. Oh, you're liking him! Oh no! Oh, why don't people talk about them? Oh, that's so sweet! It's not your fault, Mom. It's mine. If I hadn't broken my promise to you, that fire would have never happened, and you wouldn't have... Dang, dead dad is dead. I've ruined everything. It's all my fault. I even ruined your flowers. Sean, please, you mustn't blame yourself. Just try to be here with me. Just for a little while. Oh my... The bond between parents and child, as symbolized by the lion lily. I'm no expert, but it's native to Zhangfa, so I know that much at least. Game used trauma. It was super effective. It was really super effective. What the fudge? Sadly, we don't have the luxury of dwelling on such things just now. I know it might seem insensitive, Ancient Lang, but sentimentality won't help us here. We need to focus on what we can do about the case before us. You're right. I believe we've learned all we need to about what happened back then for now. I forgot we had the child's drawing here. I want to see... I want to meet this child that just... Yeah, I'm just gonna burn the place down. Yeah, that's great. I believe we've learned all we need to about what happened back then for now. How did it all line up with your father's theories about the case? I wouldn't know. He took those to the grave with him. Dang. If only we had a freaking spirit medium or something. God, the plot would have been a lot better than we know. Or something like that. I don't know. Spirit mediums aren't a thing. He never shared his thoughts with anybody. There's no way of knowing what he figured out. What about your own thoughts? Are you feeling any more positive in light of what we learned from case reconstruction? Are we any closer to learning what really happened 12 years ago? You know, I think we might be. My father's footsteps are starting to become clear. Now all we need to do is follow them. All the way to the truth. Ah, okay, right off the bat. The president went to the orphanage that night. That much we know for sure. The Tarasaurus toy proves it. He must have gone there to meet with Emil Fen. Except he was kidnapped, and Aldown happened to see it. If Aldown hadn't been there wouldn't have been a murder, just a kidnapping. Instead, they had to move his body to the planters and stage that photo to throw everybody off the scent. Alright. So that's our current theory, is it? Heck yeah. But there's some things I still don't understand. There is. This. Why risking staging the picture? They would have had to force the president to play along. What if he hadn't? It's a good question, and we may be closer to discovering the answer than we think. We'll just have to get there one deduction at a time. Yeah, I guess we will. Alright, deduce away. Alright. Yeah, not really put on my best effort with the voices because I'm tired. What did we... Oh wait, it was the file that updated. Where is it? That's IS7, SS5, okay. Occurred February 10th, 12 years ago. President Zhangfa was kidnapped and ransomed for $100 million. My god. Just need to look at something real quick. Okay. Oh. President's presence at embassy until midnight, confirmed by DeLong Lang. Wait, what? Okay. When we're supposed to meet Emil Fan at the orphanage at midnight. Okay. The play button is the photograph. Final call. Wait, yeah, whose blood is this? Did we ever figure that out? Like, we never figured this out about the mysterious blood stain, because that's not all Downs. Huh. Present, or like, or the shoe, because that's someone else's shoe. Nothing should be taken for granted at this stage. We need to treat even the seemingly certain with caution. Can we really be sure that the president went to the orphanage? I get it. You want evidence. This is a nice change of pace from people asking you to show them proof, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? There's no need to actually say it out loud, Kay. Tarso's toy proves it. He must have gone a minute. Okay. Hold it! It's gonna press on everything. The plushie, it has a recording device concealed inside it, correct? It does, and it was used by Sean's mother, Emil, to record a message asking the president to meet her at the orphanage at midnight. Whoa, you're finishing each other's sentences now. What a team. You two will peel away the layers of the truth like an onion, I'm sure of it. You do realize that there's nothing underneath all the layers of an onion, don't you, Kay? Could you try to say something a little less unfortunate sounding? You two will peel away the layers of the truth like a skin of a wolf, I'm sure of it. He said less unfortunate sounding. Shall I continue? Hold it! Could we go over the details once again? So Mr. Alden saw the president being kidnapped from right by the orphanage, and he was standing next to the snowman. The murderer crept up behind him, grabbed the brick, and Ayo. What? Calm down, Kay. We're simply verifying our understanding of the events. Yeah, well, that little outburst just blew my understanding out of my ears. I know we have to go over all this again, but can we do it less dramatically? Really? Fine. I'm happy to keep answering if you're happy to keep asking. If Alden hadn't been there, there wouldn't have been a murder, just a kidnapping. Hold it! If Mr. Alden hadn't been there, huh? That's an interesting suggestion. Care to explain? There's not a whole lot to explain. He saw the kidnapping, so he was murdered. If he hadn't been there, maybe the kidnapping could have happened, without any blood being spilled. Oh. Are we gonna try to figure out what the mystery blood is? But could it? He makes it sound as if it was Mr. Alden's fault he was murdered. That's not what Agent Lang is saying, Kay. What he means is that Mr. Alden was the only person who died at the orphanage that night. Well, of course he was. They kidnapped the president and everything. But the ransom was paid, and he came home safely, right? She's right, of course, but why does something bother me about that? I think it might be worth taking another look over all the evidence. Finish discussing things with your assistant, Mr. Prosecutor. Then let's continue, shall we? Okay. No, it has to be the mystery blood, because, I mean, that's not his, so who got attacked?
Objection!
Yeah! Mystery blood. You're saying there would have been no murder if Mr. Aldan had witnessed the kidnapping. But is that really the case? Why wouldn't it be? The main aim was to abduct the president, right? So if there had been a witness present, they wouldn't have needed to murder anybody. And yet, it remains possible that Mr. Aldan wasn't the only person killed that night. There was a large pool of blood between the planters, but Mr. Aldan was murdered over by the snowman. It can't have belonged to him. What if all that blood by the planters belonged to somebody else? Come on, Mr. Prosecutor. You do realize what you're saying, don't you? I do. It's hard to believe. I'll be the first to admit it. But it's what the evidence suggests. Not just one person was killed here 12 years ago, but two. You're saying they covered up a whole separate murder? But whose? Who else was killed that night? Whoever covered up this other homicide did so very skillfully indeed. They even seem to have been able to avoid it being mentioned in the files. But they didn't quite get rid of everything. Wait, what? Wait. We have a piece of evidence from 12 years ago that they never managed to erase. What? It has to be the kid's drawing, right? Because that was with Lang's father for the longest time. They weren't able to. Wait. Wait a minute. I'm gonna. This clearly shows that something else happened that night. Yeah, it has.
Take that!
It is! Excelsius Winner tried to shroud the existence of the other murder in darkness, but there was one piece of evidence he wasn't able to suppress, thanks to the efforts of your father, Agent Lang. My father? Cast your mind back, if you will. Something else was hidden along with all the other evidence from the crime scene. The existence of the child who set the fire in front of the orphanage. But why would Chairman Winner wish to erase him from the record? Because he saw something he should not have. That's why. He did? What was it? It's right here in this picture. The picture my father kept. I think we can all agree that's the president on the right-hand side. And that's the Tarasaurus toy in his hand. But who's that standing across from him? Oh, gee willikers, I wonder who it could be. Where is the man? Ah! My blind friend! I don't know the age of still.
Take that!
Eastern robes and a black dog. That can only be Bodhidharma Canis. Eh. What? The creepy assassin guy? And what would a hired killer be doing in the presence of a president? I can think of only one thing. That's right. It wasn't a kidnapping that occurred here 12 years ago. It was an assassination. Yeah. And Warren Lagarde and Chairman Winner were... Yes, I think they were complicit. More than complicit, in fact. One provided the venue for the killing, and the other suppressed the testimony of the child who witnessed it. Mr. Aldan was murdered because what he witnessed was actually an assassination, and not the kidnapping he thought to be at all. Do you think I'm an idiot? How could the president have died 12 years ago? We only found his body this morning. He was alive and well just recently. Yeah, we even met him! Indeed, so we have a president killed 12 years ago, and a president killed in the last 48 hours. 2 presidents, in other words. Right, which is completely impossible. Or is it? I think it's entirely possible for there to be 2 presidents. Trip, I think what you said the other stream was right. In fact, that would explain a lot. But regardless of what happened, I still respected him. Zhangfa may not be a big country, but he held that place together. The president Agent Lang spoke of was a noble and capable leader. No, The presidential mask has well and truly slipped. Entirely unlike the men we met. It really did seem as if they were 2 completely different people. But how could one country have 2 presidents? What could explain a situation like that? This is how it was possible for there to be 2 presidents. They were twins! They were twins. One of the 2 was a body double. Tell me that doesn't make sense. A body double. President Wang was a man of great power and influence in Zhangfa, a figure on the world stage. There must have been countless attempts on his life over the years, such as the one at Gourd Lake only a few days ago. It's true, there were more than a few assassination attempts. Okay. But that doesn't mean I'm about to accept that there was more than one president. Not without proof. Do we have any proof that there was more than one president? Well, how you just thrown this at me, Edgeworth? Yippee! What do I have? This doesn't help. This doesn't. That's just the autopsy. Oh, what the fudge? Not the head. Not the plushie. Wait. Oh wait, occurred on February 10th, 12 years ago. President Zhangfa was kidnapped or ransom. President's presence at MC until midnight, confirmed by De Long Lang. It has to be the case file, because supposed to meet at the orphanage at midnight.
Take that!
Okay, yeah. I don't think he's noticed the contradiction staring at him in the face. I can't speak today, what the fudge? Or is he just unable to accept it? What's the matter, Mr. Prosecutor? You're pretty quiet all of a sudden. In Emil's friend's recording, she asked the president to be at the orphanage at midnight. But it shouldn't have been possible for him to be there at the time. Huh? How come? Because he was supposedly still at the embassy. With your father, Agent Lang. So he had noticed. The only way he could have been in 2 places at once is if there were 2 of him. So the real president that was the one who died 12 years ago? I think it might have been. But why and who? Who would have hired Candace to murder the president? In order to figure that out, we'll need to look again at the piece of evidence we recently discovered was a fake. Ah. The fake evidence. What was it again? Why? My God, is this a freaking Dora the Explorer type? Because honestly, I don't... It was... This is fake.
Take that!
The picture taken when Mr. Alden's camera was staged sometime after his murder. Mr. Alden was murdered because he witnessed the president's assassination. In other words, the photograph too must have been taken after the real president's death. So who is the president in the staged photograph? Oh. Oh, okay. The body double. Nothing else makes sense. I believe the president's double had him killed so that he could take his place permanently. I don't like the face on Excelsius. He could frick off. All of them could frick off. This has almost the same vibes as the Yatagarasu thing, but like evil. These are evil people. And Excelsius wonder if Fifi Lagarde helped him do it. Wait, you don't even have a body to support your theory. Are you telling me it magically disappeared? No, in fact, we know exactly where it wound up. The president's body was here the whole time. Don't tell me they buried the body. Oh. Don't tell me they...
Take that!
Chairman Winter dug something up last night. Something he couldn't trust anybody else to retrieve. Oh my God, you kidding me? We thought it might have been the ransom money, but it was actually something even more important. Wait, you mean... That's right, the real president's body. I think it's highly likely anyway. What? The body may have decomposed in the intervening years, but the bones would surely have remained. Mr. Powers informed us that construction is due to start here sometime soon. Everything had to be wrapped up before then. The shooting of the movie, and the recovery of the president's remains. Completely vibing to the music? Heck yeah. Yeah, I guess once they start digging the place up, they wouldn't have found them. They would have found them pretty quick, huh? Agent Lang, we need to have the so-called monster footprints analyzed again. Yeah, I guess we do. If there was a body under one of them, there should be a trace evidence to confirm it. Hey, give me somebody from forensics. Sir, presenting the findings of our analysis, sir. Traces of human remains were found in the dirt, along with other signs of a body having been buried. So it really was him. Bones were recovered from the home of Excelsius Winter. Oh God, it was in the duffel bag, wasn't it? The physique looks to be about right, and dental and medical records are a match. It's him, no doubt about it. So as suspected, the real President Wang was killed 12 years ago, and the SS5 kidnapping was in fact a homicide. Yo, this is fricked up. Wow, so it really was a murder, huh? This case has taken so many twists and turns, I'm starting to lose track. Yes, perhaps we should summarize our findings just to confirm that we understand everything correctly. Oh, thank God, or else like I would have been like, what? What happened? Good idea. Let's go over everything from the point where the president arrived at the orphanage. Okay. 12 years ago, the real President Wang visited the orphanage. His aim? To meet his infant son. The footprints we originally assumed to be those of Mr. Aldown seem likely to have actually been made by the President upon arrival. But instead of being greeted by his child, he was met by the assassin, Bodhidharma Canis. That's so sad! He was hoping to see his baby for the first time, only to... Indeed. But at least with Mr. Canis, we can be sure that the job was swiftly and effectively completed. But then, after the assassination, another tragedy occurred. Mr. Aldown's murder. Yes, it seems he witnessed a key moment of the evening's proceedings. The moment when our culprits, the so-called kidnappers, took the president's body around to the side of the building. That was the sight that sealed his fate. We've now established that he was standing by the orphanage gates at the time, far enough away that he believed that what he was seeing was the president's abduction. At which point... Oh, the body double who had come to meet up with his co-conspirators walked right up behind Mr. Aldown, leading to our unfortunate eyewitness being murdered by the man who was plotting to replace the president. So was it the body double who moved Mr. Aldown's body too? Yes, I think it probably was. But none of the footprints could have been his, could they? Actually, I think they could. In fact, we have a piece of evidence that proves how that particular trick was achieved. They say... Oh my god, why you... Okay. What shows how the body double managed to move the body without leaving any footprints? They switched shoes.
Take that!
What if the president's double moved Mr. Aldown's body like this? After killing Mr. Aldown, he could have carried him to the other side of the entrance. Given that his job was to look just like the president, he would have been wearing the same shoes, meaning that if he stepped exactly in the footprints left by the real president... Of course! His would have been the same shape and size! It would have looked like a single set of footprints. So that's how it all went down. I'm so glad we finally figured it out. Wait, but there's one thing I still don't get. There is. What? Why did they need to pretend there was a kidnapping? Mr. Aldown had seen the president at the orphanage and left a message on Miss Ringer's phone describing what he thought he saw. It would have been impossible for the conspirators to erase that message, so they had to make it look as if the events described in the message were true, by staging a kidnapping like the one he thought he saw. Exactly. I think the two people in the photograph are likely to be the body double and Fifi Lagarde. Bro, what the fudge? Dun, 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 dun. She's the one in the trench coat? How can you be so sure of that? The two of them would have had to walk out beyond the orphanage gates to stage the photo. The body double could have put his feet in the real president's prints as he did before. Oh, so the other set of footprints were hers! The one we originally thought belonged to the killer, yes. They were about a size 9, too small for Chairman Winter in other words, which means the kidnapper must have been played by Warden Lagarde, and that explains how a so-called kidnapping was actually a presidential assassination. My god. It does, which means my father must have noticed. There's no way he wouldn't have suspected a murder, especially now with the kid's picture as proof. But the picture was never officially put into evidence, correct? No, he appears to have kept hold of it after taking the witness statement of the child who drew it. Yeah, because he knew President Wang was dead. He knew what would happen if the news ever got out. Zhang Fa would have been plunged into chaos, no doubt. So he kept it a secret, and that secret died with him. Even though it meant taking the blame for the kidnapping and her family name being ruined. So your father knew the truth about what happened 12 years ago, but he chose to hide it. Well, it's finally coming to light at last. Is it indeed intriguing? Huh? What? Who's there? Yo, we done goofed up now. No. That sound. Is that a bell? Bodhidharma Canis. Ah, we're cooked. This blind. Dog. What the heck are you doing here? We're the law. You think you can just show up in front of us like it ain't a problem? Forgive me, but I couldn't help overhearing the fascinating conversation you were having. Heh, the opportunity to gloat over your past crimes was just too good to miss, I expect. You killed President Wang! I did, but it's not something I'm inclined to gloat over. I was more interested in something else you mentioned. Or someone else, I should say. Someone you're looking for, I suppose. Exactly. That's why I took a little sojourn from the penitentiary to find a certain young pup. A young pup in a rather eye-catching red raincoat. What? Wait, you know who they are? In a manner of speaking. What did you call them again? A secret mastermind. It's your friend in the red raincoat, of course. Red raincoat? The prosecutor looks a little surprised, doesn't he? Helmets? Yes, he does. The young pup I mentioned, he saved my life, you know, 12 long years ago. As you have surmised, it was I who killed President Wang, but that meant that I too became an inconvenience in need of removal. The imposter president, Winner Lagarde, all three were keen to guarantee my silence. And if I hadn't met my friend, the young pup again, they might even have succeeded. I wonder what he's doing now. So it was the president's body double who hired you. I remember his words almost as if it were yesterday. You know how many times I've nearly been killed. Not once, but twice. Not twice, a bunch of times. Why do I have to take all the risks? Why am I the one they always put in danger? When I'm out there being him, people treat me like I was him. They worshipped me. So what's the difference? Who's to say I couldn't be just as good as him? There was a difference, of course. Even if he did look and sound exactly like him. Just because it walks and talks like a president, that doesn't make it a president. Does it, boy? No. So he got his wish and became the boss, but couldn't quite fill his predecessor's shoes. Rook's not around. That means I'm number one. I wonder if you have what it takes to step into such capable shoes. You, of course I do. I'm the leader now. Me. He seems the king and his knight were much the same. The president's double knew that his employer had a weakness, a young woman named Emile. But in order to find her, he needed to enlist the help of locals. Locals such as Chairman Winner. Once Miss Fen had been located, they simply need to find the right time to lay their trap. the meeting she arranged so the president could meet his son. That would have been the perfect opportunity. Indeed, and with the head of the orphanage brought into the fold, their little conspiracy was complete. Warden Lagarde. Now, quid pro quo. Where might I find the pup? What makes you think the boy who helped you and our mysterious string puller are one and the same? He set a little fire that night, out there in the yard of the orphanage. He's the kid? He's the kid I was thinking about. I'm like, are you talking about the kid that set fire? I don't know who it is, bro. Oh yeah, we saw that. It was some kind of a prank, right? A prank? It was nothing of the sort, my dear. No. As I understand it, he had taken refuge in the igloo by the entrance. From there, he happened to see Winter and Lagarde carrying away a dead body. He also overheard them hatching a certain sordid little plot. A plot to remove me, the only other person who knew what had really happened, from the picture. Thankfully, he was kind enough to come and inform me. I was waiting inside the building, you see. He also happened to mention later on that he was wearing his favorite red raincoat. In any case, he escorted me from the premises. And being a very considerate boy, thought to erase both our footprints from the scene of the crime. My god, this kid's a born criminal. It seems he had a little kerosene set aside in the igloo for just such an occasion. So he spread it liberally around the place and set himself a little fire. No way! So that's what the fire was for! It must have been ever so beautiful. Winter and Lagarde were positively enchanted. And while they were distracted by the show, he took the opportunity to usher me out of a side entrance. You never answered my question. You really think he's the one behind all this? I do indeed. Don't I, Helmet? Yes, I do. You're... Bro.
Hold it!
You were pretty forthcoming with that particular admission. If I'm honest, Mr. Redforth, I'm tired of all the killing. But back then, I felt that death was my path. I embraced it, and strove to learn what it had to teach. I've made my peace with that, and I am happy to admit it, aren't I, boy? Yes, I am. I'm not sure what he's talking about, but I definitely don't like the sound of it. Basically, he thought nothing of murdering the president. And not only is he an assassin, he's now a prison escapee, not someone to be trifled with. But we can't afford for him to not talk. I need to tread as carefully as I can. Very well, you killed the president, and you're happy to admit it. Oh, very much so. I wouldn't want you thinking that I drew my blade and missed.
Hold it!
You, a target, but you're an assassin. Sometimes the hunter must become the hunted. Sometimes the living must become the dead. What the fudge, Kay? Like, don't say that with a smiling face. Please, Kay, don't feel the need to add a proverb of your own. Impersonance is inherited of the way of the assassin. Life-takers' lives are taken, so it goes. Wait, does that mean the people you're sent to kill sometimes try to kill you back, or... It happens, occasionally. But it's not what happened. But it's not what happened this time. This guy's like kind of the opposite of like Shelly. He's like, yeah, I won't hold a grudge against that. Maybe a little bit.
Hold it!
But Mr. Canis, you're a professional killer, and a famously skilled one at that. Surely escaping even 3 attackers would have been a little more than a minor inconvenience. You overestimate me, Mr. Edgeworth. You seem to forget that without helmets here, I couldn't even walk down the street. Against 3 assailants, I wouldn't have lasted more than a few moments. I see, so even the most proficient assassins are ill-equipped to face a full frontal assault. We're not hugely fond of such situations, shall we say. I certainly wouldn't have liked my chances. What? Oh.
Hold it!
Again, so the two of you had met before. Yes, on a cold and lonely Christmas Eve 18 years back. That long ago. But on that occasion, it was I who saved his life. It was snowing, more than it had in years, and cold enough that death by freezing was a real possibility. I had taken Helmut out for a little walk. He noticed something, and bounded off through the snow, and I caught up to him. He was sniffing at a car. The doors had frozen shut. It took all the strength I had, but eventually, I managed to open one. And inside, I found 2 young boys shivering and semi-conscious. Wait, one of the boys. Wait. I don't even think I have it. I don't have the picture. Huh? Oh, they were so kidnapped. Oh, those boys from that picture in like one of the other cases, they were so kidnapped. 2? Yes, and I had found them even an hour later. The poor wretches would never have made it. I took them both to a nearby orphanage. Is it me, or is there something significant about what he just told us? What is it about Candace's statement that especially is noteworthy? The date, the number of people... Bro, out. What is it, Christmas? Yeah, I think the date might be important. This was on Christmas Eve 18 years ago. You're certain of that? I am. Holy smokes! We have something that shows why that date is so significant. Oh, frick, wait, wait, I just remember. Wait, I have that case file. I forgot. Wait, I have the IS-7 incident. Ah! It's those 2 boys that went missing. Oh yeah, it's those 2 boys that went missing. Holy frick. He saved them. We have something that shows why that date's so significant. Oh, buddy. Which piece of evidence relates to the date on which Mr. Canis found the children? Ah, let me get that sucker.
Take that!
That was the same day on which a certain incident occurred. The murder of a well-known sculptor. No way! An incident in the aftermath of which 2 children went missing. It's those kids! Give me the freaking picture back, I want them. The son of the victim, Artie Frost, and the son of the murderer, Carmelo Gusto. Yeah, now that you mention it, the little guy did go AWOL, huh? AWOL? Dude freaking committed arson is what he did. Why? Intriguing. The son of a murderer and the son of his victim. I suppose that would make sense. It would. One of the boys was bound hand and foot, you see. That must have been part of Mr. Frost's plan to stop Mr. Gusto's son from getting to the competition. Indeed, because without his son to taste his creations, Mr. Gusto would have had no chance of winning. So that was what was behind it all. Sadly, neither of the boys were able to remember any such details. They weren't. No, when we met each other again on that night, 12 years ago, the young pup explained it to me. It seems that they really were on the brink of death when I found them, and the shock of the experience caused them to both lose their memories. They weren't even able to remember their names. Oh no. Wow, so they wouldn't have known they were Mr. Frost and Mr. Gusto's kids. If what he's telling us is true, that would seem likely, yes. Which means we still don't have enough to tell us who our mastermind might be. Mr. Canis, would you mind telling us what happened next? By all means. The pup and I remained in contact even after I was sent to prison. But then I stopped hearing from him. I couldn't help but worry. And then people from 12 years ago started cropping up all over the place. It rather piqued my curiosity, so I thought I'd temporarily regain my freedom and look into things. People from 12 years ago? You mean Lagarde, Winner, and the President, I assume. Well, Warren Lagarde was in charge of the prison where he was an inmate this whole time, right? I fear I wasn't as kind to her as I could have been. But then, she did try to have me killed. You already know why, of course. Because you murdered President Wang, but they need the world to believe he was still alive. If somebody had exposed the president as a fake, it would have been bad for Lagarde and Chairman Winner too. Exactly. And not only that, I happened to overhear something else intriguing that night. I'll be at the orphanage on the evening of the 9th. I'll be waiting in the front yard. I thought you could meet him if you'd like, even if it's only just this once. I know you're a very busy man, but anyways, that's where I'll be. Who are you? Sorry, but I'm waiting for somebody. I know you are, President Wang. I couldn't help overhearing the news. Congratulations. Ah, frick. But please don't worry about your son. I only kill those I'm employed to kill, which in this case means you. No. Wait, this is my first chance to meet him! And it might be my only chance. Please, give me just a few minutes longer. I thought he was going to beg for his life, but no. An interesting character. I told him I was not aware that he had a child. No, he said, and shook his head. Neither was I, but the world will know that I have one now. I mean to make sure of it. I just got pinged. What the fudge? What's going on here? I like this music, it's really cool. Neither was I, but the world will know that I have one now. I mean to make sure of it. I've been prepared something in case the worst comes to worst. And the sound in question, it was the young gentleman with the horns here, correct? Horns? You can see them? I don't need to, my dear. I've been listening very carefully, you see. And for longer than you may realize. So the president meant to tell the world about Sean and prepared something in case of the worst. But it's not enough simply to have Canis's word on the matter. Of course. We have something that proves that what he's telling us the president said is true. The will. A will everybody knew about. He entrusted to my family to show his belief in us, after all. The name of the recording, the preparations he had made, and his will. With those 3 pieces of information, I was able to convince Warden Lagarde to do anything I asked. With the information at his disposal, he could have exposed the truth about the body double at any time, and Sean's true identity with it. President Wang was more agile than I anticipated. He blocked my first knife thrusted with something soft. By the time the piece I'd broken off hit the snow, my next strike had hit his mark. So it was Candace who tore the horn off the Pterosaurus doll. I was the only one present to hear his final words. The only one who knew the truth about his son. Well, me and that poor pup. Ew.
Hold it!
So you were able to continue communicating with him from prison? I was, via post office box. What's that? It's a means of exchanging mail without revealing one's own address. I never knew where he was, and I wasn't able to slip out and track him down. I was being kept under rather strict supervision, you see. By Warden Lagarde, no doubt. What were the 2 of you even communicating about? We were playing correspondence chess, of course. That and gripping about our respective lots in life. Correspondence chess? But didn't you used to play that with? As unlikely as it may seem, Mr. Kenneth's chess opponent was... Mr. Knight? Mr. Knight! Yeah, it was Mr. Knight! We found the diagram of the game in his cell too. So does that mean Knight had something to do with all that IS-7 business? Wait, could that be it? Do we have any evidence that might connect Knight to the IS-7 incident? Oh, right off the bat. What do you have? You had the... Oh, wait. How did I just... I wish I could look closely at it, but I see the freaking...
Take that!
This is everything Knight left behind. Could there be a clue in here somewhere? A ring and a chess set. Which one should we look more closely at? Let's look at the ring. The ring! God freaking dang it. I had a feeling. Wait a minute. What about Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Fender, take a closer look at it if you would. That design, that's Paul Harlequin's trademark. Indeed, it looks like somebody turned the stamp he used to sign his work into a ring. But why would Knight have been carrying it? And why was it not with the rest of the evidence from IS-7 incident? They tried to release Frost's personal effects to his next of kin after the case wound down. But if I remember rightly, old Frosty boy didn't have any family aside from his kid. And the kid was missing, so they never got to hand it back to him. Not till later, anyhow. Heard on the grapevine that they found him in the end and gave him the goods. Including the seal, it would seem. Which he turned into a ring and wore until his own death. Yo, I thought that kid with, like, the shaved head looked a bit familiar. Bro. Why am I still scared mode? Why am I still in scared mode? No, give me back. God dang it. So we're saying Mr. Knight was Mr. Frost's son. The cops don't mess around with stuff like that. They would have made sure before handing it over. And we're looking for somebody connected to the IS-7 incident who played correspondence chess, right? Wait, so our secret string puller is Bronco Knight?
Objection!
Dude's dead. Knight is dead! How could he possibly be involved in our current case? Far out. He's our only candidate for a genius mastermind. He's a guy who already kicked the bucket. That's impossible! How can a dead guy be behind all of this? It is a little perplexing, but then who else could it be? Oh wait, there's another thing. Okay, well then we have to figure out who... I think I know who the other kid might be. I did so use... Oh wait, what? I did so used to enjoy tapping out little letters in Braille. I didn't need that information, but okay. Wait, what's up with the correspondence chest thing? Wait. In Braille? Does this look like Braille to you? Printed rather than handwritten.
Objection!
Bro, you said that you wrote all your letters in Braille. Is that correct? I don't mean to be rude, Mr. Prosecutor, but you do know about my condition, don't you? That's odd, because the chess diagram we found in Knight's cell didn't contain any Braille at all. Really? But surely that's impossible. How so exactly? Maybe someone typed Mr. Candace's letter out on purpose, meaning there may have been some sort of intermediary between the two of them. Intermediary between the two of them. So then... What the frick is this? We in the Matrix? Mr. Candace says he wrote his letters in Braille, and yet, the letters received by Mr. Knight contained no Braille at all. This suggests that there must be a third party who typed Mr. Candace's letters out. Guess it could have worked the same way on the flip side too, right? Whoever it was could have taken Knight's letters and turned them back into Braille. They could indeed. I think you and Mr. Knight were both communicating with this person, Mr. Candace. Mr. Candace, the answer you received. They were written in Braille too, yes. So some mysterious middle person really was retyping the Bronxster's missives. And that same person might well be our secret string puller. Wait, you're trying to say there's another hidden mastermind behind this whole thing? So who's this new one? Bronco Knight, son of Artie Frost, is already dead. But what if the other child from the incident 18 years ago was actually who we've been looking for? Carmelo Gustav's son. But who is he? And where is he? If Knight was Frost's son, Gustav's son would have to be... I've known him since we were kids, when both of us were all alone. He doesn't have any family, you see, just like me. Him, but surely not. What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? You're as white as a sheet. Of course, it all makes sense. I know exactly who our so-called mastermind is. Ah, heck. What? Who? You have to tell us. Y'all aren't ready for this. I can hardly believe it, but it's somebody we know rather well. The person we've been looking for is... You motherfricker! I'm so going to punch you! It has to be the person behind all of this. The person who forced Chairman Winter's hand by sending the letter to Rosie Ringer. The person who kidnapped Sean and bugged Kay and myself. The person who did the strangest thing of all. Who drugged Kay and carried her up the roof of the big building. It was the monster. What? Did you really just say that what I thought you did? Yes, the monster. That was the key to unmasking our mastermind. Oh, I almost forgot. We're doing a new show soon. I'd love if you could come, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be joining Regina on stage for this one. That's right, the Very Big Circus is the biggest, most fabulous event in town. You'll have oodles of fun. Miss Lloyd, could I ask a favor? Who, little old me? What kind of favor? You told us you recorded the sound of Tarasaurus breathing fire. Proof? What kind of proof? Did you capture something on your tape recorder, perhaps? Oh, you're good, Ruffles. Sharper than a gosh dang tack. I captured the sound of that big old beastie breathing fire is what I captured. Sure did. Like I said, I didn't precisely see the guy, but boy did I hear him. Can we listen to the tape? You surely can. Let's see now. That's it. That sound. It must be what I think it is. My theory has to be correct. The truth about the monster, the identity of the person behind all this, it's all falling into place. Miss Hart, you saw a giant eye at the window of the storeroom, did you not? Yep, snapped me a picture of it too. Even you can't rightly see it so well. We can't see it right now, but... Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Your image analyzer, can we borrow it again? Sure, but what do you want to look at, sir? This photograph right here. Gotcha, I'm on it. The clues we're looking for must be here. We just have to find it. Okay, zoom in. That's... See? I done told y'all, Tarasaur's own dang self. Yes, there it is at last. The monster commanded by the architect of this whole scheme. What? What is going on? Monster? You're finally ready to admit it that he's dang real? The big bad bull himself? His self. No, because that isn't Tarasaurus at all. It's the eye of a different giant beast entirely. Ah. Take a look at this if you would. The Very Big Circus flyer? Oh, wait, look! You see it? The enormous lion balloon. That's the real monster! And the sound Miss Lloyd thought was the creature breathing fire. Oh. Ah, come on, you're really gonna bring me crashing down to earth like that? That's how balloons fly, huh? They burn gas to make hot air. They do, and our culprit was able to use that balloon to carry Kay up to the roof of the big building without ever going near the elevator. So this culprit, they've got something to do with the circus? Circus worker, friend of the Bronxster, son of Gusto. Fender, I figured it out! I hate this so much. I'm going to punch. Ooh, what? Whoa. You're not serious. You forgot to mention trainee animal tamer. It's hard to believe. Frick you. But he's the one who's been pulling the strings this whole time. That's right, Simon Saint is the one behind all this. Simon? But everything... Really? But I don't believe you. We trusted him and he trusted us. You can't tell me that was all lies. That would be too horrible. Well, sadly, Kay, this whole entire freaking case and everything in this game is depressing as heck. So of course it has to be more depressing. I'm sorry, Kay. Who was that? Hey, where do you think you're going, old man? Nothing escapes you, does it, young pup? My congratulations, Mr. Edgeworth. But now that I know the truth, my business here is done. What? No, Mr. Candace, wait! Oh! Dang it, he disappeared! Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't worry, I'm fine, but... Oh! Are you alright, Sean? He killed my dad. He did, right? There's no easy way to say it, but... Sorry, Sean. It would appear that he did. He won't get away with it! I'll make him pay! Somehow, someway, I'll... No, Sean, you mustn't say such things. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. You'll have to forgive us both. I just put the call out, sir. All units are on the lookout for Mr. Canis. Don't mean to hurry everybody, but we'd better be on our way too. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, where do you think we'll find our mastermind? I suppose you're right. We should go after the mastermind right now. He said that he had to practice for the show, which I guess means he'll be at the circus. But before we leave, there's something I'd like to ask of you, Agent Lang. There is. What? Once a beast has been sighted, the next step is to plan its capture. When we arrive, there's something we'll need to try and find as a matter of priority. And Detective, I'd like you to look into something that's been bothering me about Sean's kidnapping. Yes, sir. I want to help too, Mr. Edgeworth. Good. There's somebody I'd like you to try in contact. If Saint really is our mastermind, we're going to need this person's help. Is it? Oh, wait. I think I know who we need. Between our many encounters, I never suspected a thing, even though he was right there in front of me. I messed up. There's no other way of putting it, but I'm going to put things right once and for all. Holy frick. The mastermind's true face. I'm going to punch his face. The mother fricker. Oh, hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Did you guys come to watch the show? Hello, Miss Berry, Mr. Saint. Mr. You're a little early, I'm afraid. We're still practicing. But I'm glad you kept your promise. Yes, I remembered you giving me this. That's so great! You're gonna have so much fun! I think even you'll be surprised, Mr. Edgeworth. Huh, I think you've surprised me enough for one day already. What are you talking about? Would you mind looking at this photograph, Miss Berry? That's the eye painted on the balloon you see to advertise the circus, correct? Oh, yeah. What is this exactly? I have a strong suspicion that the balloon was used by the criminal we've been looking for. You do? Who's usually in charge of the balloon? Who's usually in charge of the balloon, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, that would be Simon. But wait, you don't mean... Frick you, you mother fricker, you clown, you absolute! Mr. Saint, you took the balloon out late the other night, didn't you? Sure, I was practicing. I'm still pretty bad at flying it, so I need to put in some extra hours. At night, when it would have been even more difficult than usual. A strange time to decide to practice. But why else would I have taken the balloon out? What are you saying? That you weren't practicing at all. You were taking an unconscious Kay to the top of the big building in order to frame her for the murder of Rosie Ringer. The security cameras never recorded Kay taking the elevator up to the roof, which means she must have gone there another way, from the sky. And the only person able to make that happen would have been you. But, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't understand. That's not all you did. You also attacked Sean at the garbage disposal area, drugged him, and carried him away. That's why you were late for the hearing at the courthouse, wasn't it? I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about. Why would I do any of those things? Please, you have to believe me. I'd never, ever, ever do anything like that. I wish I could believe you, but I can't. Any trust I had in you has been completely destroyed. That's horrible. Why would you say that? You told me back at jail, you said you believed I was innocent. You don't have to worry about that. We're friends. We know what it's like to be in your shoes. We're all part of the same club after all. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Unfortunately so, I'm afraid. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. By the sounds of it, you had little reason to kill Knight. If anything, you're the one most affected by his passing. And what's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of murder. Rest assured, we believe you. And we will get you out of here. This is just awful. I never thought you'd lie to me. We didn't lie. I swear, Simon, You said you knew what it was like to be me. I trusted you. That hurts, Kate. It hurts so much. I'm... Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. This is Simon we're talking about. He's not a bad person. I see it now. That's your strategy, isn't it? With everybody. You root out their psychological weaknesses and exploit them. And without even realizing it, they wind up doing exactly what you want them to. Exactly the behavior one would expect from the arch manipulator behind all our recent troubles. I was too blind to see it before, but you won't fool me again. Simon Saint, you are guilty of crimes too numerous to mention. Oh, so that's how you want to play it, huh? You always did have the courage of your convictions, I guess. Luckily, grinding people's self-beliefs into dust is kind of a hobby of mine. What the fudge? What? Oh! What the fudge? Ah! The true clown! Yo, the salute just killed me. What the fudge? Well done, all of you. Well, this is certainly a side of him we haven't seen before. So much for the trainee animal tamer who wouldn't hurt a fly. I guess that was all an act. But I'm glad we're finally getting to meet the real you. Simon, this can't be true, can it? Truth, lies, what does it matter? Huh? All you need to know is that Mr. Edgeworth here has made me very mad indeed. Look at the little chipmunks. Or squirrels, I don't know. Look at them go. You're a sicko. And now, he's going to pay. I really want to play Mind Chess with this man. What's going on with his cranium? Sure, I went up in the balloon a couple of nights ago, but I was just practicing. I guess somebody took that picture when I flew by the big building. I fly around the area doing promo stuff for the circus all the time. Nothing to see here, Miles. Nothing at all. So you go up in the balloon reasonably often. Yeah, promoting the circus, like I said. Is that true, Miss Berry? Well, it's true that it's Simon's job to go up in the balloon and spread the word. I guess just about everybody in the area would have seen him up there by now. Well, that same balloon was used in the commission of a crime. Nonsense! I just happened to be in the area where it happened. Somebody took a picture when I was flying past the big building, that's all. I'll be the judge of whether you just happened to be nearby. Thank you very much. Bro just went like from silly, haha, I'm so innocent, couldn't hurt a fly, to whatever the frick this is. Wait, what do you call this? I don't know. Bro. What do you call this? Mother fricker. Okay. I don't know what voice to give him anymore. Did I save? I don't know. I'm gonna. No, I did save. I did.
Hold it.
This balloon. Do you usually launch it from from here at the circus? No, you need a wide open space. There's a park over by Sunshine Coliseum. That's where I usually take off from. I see. And how do you get the balloon to the park to launch it? Not by hand, that's for sure. That thing must weigh a few hundred pounds. It's kind of impressive that it can even get off the ground now that I think about it. I'd prefer if you didn't change the subject. How do you transport the balloon? Wow, give a guy a break, will you? It's not like I was getting miles off track. Sheesh. We use a truck, okay? Just load it on the back and away you go. A truck, you say? Yeah, last time I took out would have been 2 days ago. That could be important. You better keep that in mind. Took the balloon out of the truck would have been then the day before last. I know we have the truck somewhere. Oh. There we go. Do I present the truck to him? I'm gonna do that first.
Objection!
Yes! Hi, Regent. This truck, it wouldn't happen to be blue by any chance. Huh? So what if it is? We happened to see a blue truck ourselves just today. One with a large basket loaded on the back. If that was the truck you told us about, then your statement about it not having moved in 2 days is a lie. Who's walking? Oh! Emma! Agent Lang, Emma! There you are, Mr. Edgeworth, at last! I've been trying to find you ever since we wrapped up the case yesterday. Kay sent me a message saying you were here, so I came right away. And I found what you asked me to go look for. It was loaded onto a truck in the parking lot out back. A blue truck. Heck yeah. Well. I think that truck might be the one we saw earlier today. In fact, I'm almost certain of it.
Objection.
Oh. Huh? Did you just objection me? Bro! Frick off, you mother fricker. What? Just because it's blue, like a million other trucks? Who makes you sure it's the exact same one? No, I saw it too! It's the same one for sure!
Objection.
Huh? What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? That wasn't me. Worthless are the words of a man who can't back up his claims even with evidence. Wow, you sound just like him! Show me. I demand proof. I must be able to prove it somehow. It's the same truck, I'm sure of it. Huh? What are you doing, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck? The engine's cold, which means it's been here for a while. No way, you can tell just from that? What can I use to prove it's the same truck? I'd like to have the truck dusted for fingerprints. Huh? Why would you want to do that? Because I expect to find a certain very specific set of prints. And if I do, then that will prove beyond a doubt that it's the truck we saw in front of the big building. Whose prints will prove it was the truck we saw? Miles Edgeworth. Yours? You think you're going to find your own prints on there? I do, because I put my hands on your truck when I saw it in front of the big building. Let's see what we can find, shall we? Emma, could you lend us your scientific skills one more time? That's why I'm here! One moment, please. Alrighty, take it away, Mr. Edgeworth. Huh? Me? Of course! Who else did you think was going to do it? Don't worry, it's easy. I'll show you how. Fine. Although I don't see why you can't do it yourself. So just spread the powder over the area you want to search for prints, like this. Moving the cursor around and pressing space will allow you to dust the area with powder. It's 6 of fingerprints, so once you found one, make sure to dump plenty on there, and then blow away the excess. Blow it away? Yeah, with your mouth. Like that. Gotta blow it. Blowing with tea to remove any excess powder. Alright, you got all that? Yes, thank you. Now to try it for real. Oh, there's no such thing as too much powder, by the way. Go crazy! Wait, what? I just have all the Yeah! I think I can just click it. Yeah, I can. I'm just gonna cover this entire thing in white. Yo, I think we're gonna get this, guys. No prints left unturned. I'm just completely... Oh my god. The other ones, it's like, oh yeah, you don't have a lot of it left. I'm just gonna dump the entire container then. That's it! That's a nice clean print you got there. Can we compare it to my prints right away? Yep, leave it to me. Heck yeah. That confirms it! It's Mr. Edgeworth's print, alright! And with that, another lie is exposed. Oh. Why is he holding rabbits? What the fudge? So what were you doing in the truck? It's got pinged again. And then, again. Oh, just driving around. For fun, you know? Kay was abducted 2 nights ago, and your balloon was sighted nearby. Then today, another abduction, this time involving a truck supposedly used to transport garbage, and your truck was sighted nearby. Coincidence? Nothing more. You want me to believe that you were near the scene of 2 separate abductions, simply by chance. Just be honest, you were involved in both. What makes you think they're even connected? A certain very important piece of evidence, that's what. Huh? Oh, this should be good. Ah, I don't like when he smiles. Evil mother fricker. What connects Kay and Sean's abductions? It's the... Didn't we have the... It's this. The sedative. Kay was drugged with a dose of a powerful sedative, and a bottle of sedative was found right where Sean was being held captive. The very same brand, no less. Don't freaking objection me, you mother fricker. Hold on, I'm gonna be real quick. Okay. Ha. I knew you'd try something like this. So the same sedative was used. So what? Does that even mean everything's connected? You know as well as I do, that doesn't prove anything for sure. We must have something. There must be a piece of evidence that can tie him to both crimes. Cops, prosecutors, you, Miles, you're all the same at the end of the day. You force the evidence to fit the crime, or you flat out make it up, just as long as somebody goes to jail. You're no different from a certain other evidence tamperer we've had the misfortune of meeting.
Objection!
No, I'm nothing like him.
Objection.
Then show me. Hit me with your killer piece of evidence. You must have one, right? You can frick off, Simon. I like Simon Blackwell better. Frick you. It's no use. We don't have anything that can tie him directly to both kidnappings. Okay. You about done here there, Miles? No more cheap shots left to fire? Great. Well, I have a show to be rehearsing for, so if you don't mind...
Objection!
Fender! Hey, come on now, you two. There's no need to get all hot under the collar. We wouldn't want your good looks running down your face now, would we, Simon, old pal? What are you sticking your nose in for? Hey, I'm just sensed the vibe getting a little harsh and heavy, yeah? Thought I'd lighten the mood. Help me out here, Kay. Lift your spirits with a little dose of the good old great thief magic. You don't have to tell me twice. Okay, let me see. If I can do Simon's voice, here goes. Objection. What are you? Take this seriously, will you? Thought you could do this somebody running a little interference for you, Milester. Not the most ethical approach I know, but again, Kay, again. We can worry about whether or not this is the right thing to do later. This is my last chance to try and prove a connection between Mr. Saint and his crimes. Let's forget the kidnappings for now. Is there anything else that suggests that he is our mastermind? Of course. Candace was looking for a secret string puller too. The young pup, as he called him. If I could prove that Mr. Saint was that same young pup, then perhaps... But what evidence do I have that might point to him being involved behind the scenes? Ooh, okay. Oh wait, didn't it was Oh wait, yeah, a letter from Candace retyped by the mastermind and sent on Bronco Knight. He typed up the chess diagram.
Take that!
I think you and Mr. Knight were both communicating with this person, Mr. Canis. And that same person might well be our secret string puller. That's right, our mastermind was involved in Canis and Knight's correspondence chess exchanges. I can't speak today, la 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 la. If I can prove that Mr. Saint was the hidden intermediary between the two of them. Alright, that's enough. This is getting painful. You don't have anything and I have to practice for the show. So if you don't mind... Thank you, Mr. Fender. I can take it from here. And I can't take any more of your interventions. Ooh, just look at that face. Yeah, I like it. Miles Arena's back in the game for sure. I'm Simon, the funny clown. Look at me. I'm, juggling. Okay, you can stop now. Mr. Saint, you're a fan of chess, I take it. Huh? Where did that come from? Chess, sure, I don't hate it. Our secret string puller was playing a correspondence chess with Mr. Canis. I thought Bronco was the one playing chess with Canis. You're saying he was your so-called mastermind. No, it wasn't him. Whoever it was went on manipulating events even after Knight's death. Take a look at this letter if you would. Who do you think could have written it? I believe it was the person who had inserted themselves between Mr. Knight and Mr. Canis and Knight. And you think that person was me? Why would I go to all that trouble? That's crazy! To make it appear that the two men were connected and communicating directly with one another. The very fact that fled to Fifi Lagarde to murder him. What? You're saying he set out to try and get Mr. Knight killed? Listen to yourself. What do you think I am? Some kind of evil puppet master? You've seen me. I can barely even get the animals to do what I want. If we could find one of the letters he passed between Knight and Canis, that would prove their connection beyond a doubt. I'd like to have your room searched. I believe we might find letters. You won't. Trust me. What? Once I'm done with something, I put it straight in the trash. Guess I'm not the sentimental type. Why get hung up on the past, right? He must have disposed of any incriminating items in order to cover his tracks. Guess you went in without the evidence you needed once again, huh? That's a bad habit, you know. So this doesn't prove anything either. We've fallen short yet again. What do we do now? Are we out of options? You accuse me of betraying my friend, and you don't even have any proof? You're despicable. Who was that? Oh, hi. Miss Berry, what does she want? Sorry, it's just, I was thinking about what you were saying, and this Knight person, you mean Bronco, right? Simon's friend. Yes, what of it? Does she know something? A letter came from him this morning. For Simon. Huh? What? What did you... How is that possible? Knight is dead. Miss Berry, we need to see this letter right away. Sure, here you go. Let's open it up, shall we? It's another correspondence chest letter. Is that... It's different. Wait, let me look. Arcane. So here's my next move. Pawn to G6. Can anybody else smell checkmate? Can't wait to see your face when you lose, but you were never going to beat me, not at chess. The next move from the game with Mr. Canis. Can anybody else smell checkmate? Can't wait to see your face when you lose, but you were never going to beat me, not at chess. It's postmarked the 26th of March, the day before Knight died. I guess it must have gotten held up en route. Well, we do move around a lot. It's part of being a traveling circus. Our mail arrives late all the time. Interesting that it's addressed directly to you, Mr. Saint. This is it, isn't it? The proof we needed that you were the one facilitating Mr. Canis and Knight's games. One of the letters you would have transcribed into Braille in order to create the illusion that they were somehow connected. Curse you, Bronco, you're still getting in my way even now? I hate you, I hate you! Oh my god! Jesus Christ! Simon, how could you? Mr. Knight was your only friend! We weren't friends! I stopped thinking he was my friend 18 years ago. Right around the time of the IS-7 incident, in other words. I nearly froze to death because of him. I was just about to head out and meet my dad at the contest. Then Bronco showed up. He pinned me down and tied me up. He was crying the whole time, whining on and on. I'm sorry, but my dad says I have to do this. And if I don't do what he says, he's so scary. Stop it, Bronco, stop it! I have to go meet my dad, I promised! If I'm not there to taste his candy for him, he'll be so upset. He needs me. If I don't go, he won't be able to show everybody he's the best in the world. But no, he locked me in that car with him, and the two of us nearly died. He thought he could get out, but when he tried the door, it was frozen shut. We were trapped. And that's how I lost my dad. What? You lost your dad? Yeah, Bronco's dad killed mine. He was the son of a murderer. What does he mean? That doesn't match up with what we know at all. Simon, this victim of the IS-7 incident was a guy named Artie Frost. Yeah, that was my dad's name. My memories got kind of scrambled that day. What little I remembered was pretty mixed up. So I didn't find out until later that my dad was murdered. You kind of do look like him a little bit. Oh wait, this changed. Oh, frick. The murderer was a man named Carmelo Gusto, a confectioner. Really? I never knew Bronco's father's name. Maybe I chose not to remember. The dead count? Well, in this case, it's just, my brain's just, like, trying to think. In this case, it's just one. No one else has died, as far as I'm aware. Oh, frick this guy. Frick him. Really, I never knew Bronco's father's name. Maybe I chose not to remember. Just thinking about the sicko that killed my dad turns my stomach. Mr. Saint, are you sure you didn't know the name of the murderer until just now? Do you think I sit on it if I did? If I did? No, I'd have reported him to the police straight away. All I knew was that Bronco's dad tricked my dad. That's how I knew my dad was the one who was killed that day. Bronco was a traitor. He helped his father murder mine. He was the son of a cold-blooded killer. He deserves to die.
Objection!
I'm sorry, Mr. Saint, but you've made a mistake. A big one. A mistake? What do you mean? Artie Frost was a sculptor. He'd been working in France not so long before the murder, under the name Paul Harlequin. So I hear, but I don't remember anything about that. Wish I could. Well, I'm afraid it's only natural that you don't, because he wasn't your father. Huh? Is this your idea of a joke? Oh, it's not funny. Not at all. At least two, remember the president? Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not thinking about cases from like freaking 12 years ago, man. I'm thinking about whatever the heck's happening now. Is this your idea of a joke? Well, it's not funny at all. Right, it's not. But you need to know the uncomfortable truth. This piece of evidence proves that you're not Artie Frost's son. It's Bronco's stuff because he has the ring. Huh? Bronco's chess set and a ring. Yes, take a look at the ring for me if you would. What does the engraving on it tell you? It's 2 letters, right? It is. This is the seal with which Paul Harlequin used to mark his works. And it was found next to Artie Frost's body 18 years ago. But why would Bronco have a memento of my father? The police looked for Frost's son for a long time, and eventually they found him. The ring was handed over to the man they were able to prove was his child, Bronco Knight. But that's not... That would mean I was... Precisely, that you are in fact the son of Carmelo Gusto. You did all of this because— oh my god, you— no, that can't be. My dad was— I remember, don't I? I mean, your dad also just sucks. Bronco tied me up and locked me in that car. It was his fault that I lost my dad. He deserved to die, didn't he? No way, so I get to see your circus thing even though I'm in jail. I was looking forward to the next move in our little chess game, so the show is just the icing on top. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. I will, and hey, come back soon, okay? I'll be mulling over my next move in the meantime. Oh, speaking of which, I put a little something in your chess set, but you can take a look at it later. A little something. No idea what that might be, but thanks. If you hadn't detained me 18 years ago, I wouldn't have had to. It wouldn't have had to end like this. Huh? Did you say something? Me? Oh, it was nothing. Goodbye, Bronco, and farewell. I did all that, and now you're telling me that it was my father who killed Broncos? Then what was all this for? I didn't want to wind up dead too. I didn't want to be weak and vulnerable. That's why I tried to be like Candace. I stayed in touch with him all these years. And there we have it. The truth at last. Mr. Saint, you were Mr. Candace's correspondence chess partner. And you were the one manipulating events this whole time. You're right. It was me. It was me all along. At last, he's finally telling the truth. I was the one who witnessed the murder 12 years ago, but you knew that already. The president's assassination, just as we thought. Which means he's the one who drew the picture. And they knew it too. That's why. The guard kept questioning me, day in and day out. It got so I couldn't face what I knew the next day would bring. I was a nervous wreck. Who could blame me for wanting to get out of there? But I imagine it wasn't as easy as simply running away. Winter would have sent his men after you. No matter where I went, they were on me. They never stopped coming. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Couldn't sleep at night. Even the smallest noise had me chasing shadows. It drove me crazy. So I joined the circus. At least that way, moving from place to place was part of the job. My whole life I've been up against the chief prosecutor and the warden of a prison. No regular person could have hoped to stand up to people like that. From the time I was a child, I had nobody. But they weren't even the worst of it. The body double was behind it all, controlling everything. He may have been a fake, but he was the president of an entire country. What hope did I have? There was only one person I could turn up to. Candace, the man who saved my life. He wasn't like Bronco. He really did want to help me. That's quite a claim. Strange to think that our famously ruthless assassin winning the admiration of the child he saved. He showed me how to stop being a victim. He stopped to stop being hunted and become a hunter myself. And they all became my prey. Bro. Yo, I just noticed the music now. It's a bop? Why is it so good? I do not like this man, but why is the music so good though? Dun, 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 dun. But I doubt even you imagine that the body double would ever go so far as to co-opt our country's police. No. I sure didn't. And as long as Winter was around, no evidence was ever going to stand. He even nearly managed to ruin things this morning. The guard almost got away with it again. But I know him now like the back of my hand. I could see exactly how it was going to all go down. So he saw right through their plan. How Chairman Winter would try to suppress the evidence and warn the guard's trial. I see. That's why you kidnapped Sean, correct? You want to force a guilty verdict regardless of the presence of evidence or the rule of law.
Objection.
Maybe I did, but how else was I going to make them pay for what happened 12 years ago? Whatever helps you sleep at night. But Winter pulled one last surprise, didn't he? He tried to kidnap Sean himself in the hope of influencing the verdict. In other words, you chose the exact same course of action as the man you so fervently claimed to hate.
Objection.
That's only if I'd actually kidnapped anyone at all. But I never do anything so wicked. Never ever. Me, commit a crime. No. Besides, I don't hate the three of them. If anything, I'm grateful. If they hadn't done what they did, my revenge wouldn't have been nearly as fun. You're sick.
Objection.
So you admit it. Your motive in all of this was nothing more than revenge. Sure, I admit it. So what? I despised every single one of them. But here's the kicker. I didn't kill anybody. The most you can blame me for is writing the odd letter here and there. A quick note to Ringer to tell her about Winter. Another to him so he knew about her. But the fact that they wanted to kill each other and one of them succeeded, that was all on them. So you take no responsibility for the fact that your actions resulted in multiple murders. Right, same thing at Gourd Lake. People are much easier to control than animals, you know. The whole fake assassination plot, I handed that to Bronco on a plate. That was a part of his plan too. So Rook's murder was...
Objection.
No. That was all Bronco's idea. Nothing to do with me at all. Still, it moved things to the right direction, wouldn't you say? Isn't fate a crazy thing? It do be crazy. You can't talk like that about murder. Setting the guard up was easy too. I just made it seem like Knight and Candace were in contact with each other. And slipped the chisel inside the chest set. So it was you who put it in there! Yes, it was! I thought that might point everybody nicely in Candace's direction. Worked out pretty well, even if I do say so myself. Who knew that would be all it took to make that awful woman murder poor Bronco? I guess she got to where she just saw enemies everywhere she looked. I know the feeling. Even the smallest thing can send your paranoia into overdrive, and then things get ugly quickly. I had a front row seat for the whole show. You were the last piece to be put into play, of course. Yo, we've been playing dude's been playing mind chess with everyone here. We were just chess pieces on a freaking board. You mother fricker. You were the last piece to be put into play, of course. Who? Me? You solved both cases and finally brought down Winter and the guard. I guess you could say your powers of deduction were the weapon that put an end to them both.
Objection.
I didn't solve those cases for your sake. Sure, you didn't know you were doing me a favor. You were just playing at being an attorney for a little while, right? What did you say? All I had to do was cower and say no a few times. And you rode to my rescue like the hero you are. Was getting arrested part of your plan too? No, that wasn't something I expected, I have to admit. I never thought they'd take the chisel for the murder weapon. That was a real plot twist. Made my blood run cold, for sure. But then who should come through with the turnabout to end all turnabouts? The greatest legal mind of his generation, my knight in shining armor. I bet it felt pretty good saving me like that, huh? You had to thank me, you know. I don't do that for many people. You're wrong! He wasn't playing at being an attorney! He was trying to help you, because helping people is what Mr. Edgeworth does. He helped me, right when I needed it most. Okay. Aw, did he? You're sure he wasn't just trying on his dear departed dad's shoes for size? Oh my god, do not start pushing buttons here, you mother fricker. I'm gonna punch him. No, that's not what he was doing! Come on, K-Meister, don't let this clown get you down. He's projecting, plain and simple, painting other folks with his own grubby brush. It's not just that he doesn't trust other people. The poor kid doesn't even understand the concept. Doing something for somebody else's sake? Forget about it. He'll never understand. You think I care what you have to say about me? Consider this for a second. I've gotten my revenge on everybody I set out to get it from, and yet... Think about it. I never actually did anything. What's my crime exactly? Explain it to me. You think you can pin an incitement charge on me? Read my letters? I don't mention murder anywhere. If I did, maybe you could have a case. Maybe you could say I encouraged them. But it's the same story as always, I'm afraid. You can't prove I did anything at all. That's not true! You kidnapped me! Sorry, but did I miss the part where you proved that? All I ever admitted to was sending letters. You! Letters which didn't threaten, coerce, or encourage anybody to do anything. I just passed on what you might call a pertinent information. He's a slippery one, I'll give him that. There's gotta be something we can do. What about this? Excitement stuff he's talking about. What about this excitement stuff he's talking about? Incitement, K. It means to encourage or direct another person to commit a crime. In the eyes of the law, it's seen as equivalent to committing the crime itself. So then we just need to prove that he told them to do it. You say that like it's going to be easy. Guess maybe you're not so big on due process after all. You think you can make me carry the can for murders I had nothing to do with? Think again. Don't even have to talk to you if I don't want to. In fact, why am I still talking to you? I could think of one reason. The tent is surrounded. There's nowhere left to run. Really? You don't think I planned my escape too? What if, just to pluck an idea out of nowhere, I trained all these vicious wild beasts to attack on command, for example. All I have to do is say the word, then slide off stage into the chaos. Sidle off stage into the chaos. What? You wouldn't. I'm just spitballing? But you'd pay to see that, wouldn't you? I could just as easily take Sean hostage with the gun I may or may not have in my pocket. Yeah. You know what? That would make for a killer show. You will do no such thing. It's hard to know what lengths he might actually be prepared to go for. But knowing that we know about him already, we have to be prepared for the worst. Fine, I'll humor you, but once the curtain goes up on this low performance, it better be a lively one. Bore me, and we're done here, alright? Let's see if you can keep me entertained, shall we? Oh, we gotta take 2! Great. He's not going to give me an inch. But there must be something we can do. We can't let his crimes go unpunished. Okay. I do not like him. I do not like this man. He can go frick off. You can't prove I incited or anything. Do I have any evidence? Oh, well, there's this letter, but oh god. Okay.
Hold it!
You encourage others to commit murder, and those murders were duly committed. Yeah. Oh god. What's this? And if I can prove it, you will be punished just as if you had done the deed yourself. Yeah, what was the word for it again? I forgot already. Incitement K. Chairman Winter, Warden Lagarde, and Bronco Knight all were criminals in their own right, and all committed unforgivable acts. But all were induced to commit those acts by somebody behind the scenes. This man right here! Ho ho ho! You really don't hold back, do you, Miles? But it doesn't change anything. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Be right back. Actually, I'll just like take away the BRB thing. Y'all can just look at this man with his juggling chipmunks. Okay, I'm back. I really need to ask, like, where do they get these animals? You know, because they also have a gorilla, hummingbirds, and tiger. You can pin an incitement charge on me. Read my letters, don't mention murder anywhere.
Hold it!
Nowhere at all. What, you didn't look? I can give you a minute if you'd like. He's clearly confident that I won't find anything. He must have planned those letters down to the last word. Look, I don't want to teach you how to do your job, but if you can't prove I encouraged him to commit those murders, your incitement charge goes up in smoke. Too bad, so sad, huh, Miles?
Hold it!
I know for a fact that you made those murders happen. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made big bad Chairman Winner kill little Miss Rosie Ringer. What? You told me yourself.
Objection.
Did I? And you can prove it. If you can't, this ends here. Just ask for yourself. Could this sweet, innocent boy have done the things you're saying? No, 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 no. Hate to admit it, but he's right. Without proof, we have nowhere to go with this. If we could only prove that what he said on that phone call. If only.
Hold it!
The same story as always. What do you mean by that? Why does that matter? That's not important here. You know what is important though. That you can prove nothing. Nothing! Until we have some way of showing that he's guilty, we're just going to continue floundering. Either I thrust items of evidence in front of him and hope for the best, or I go over it all one more time. Whichever method I choose, proof is the only way we're going to get anywhere here. Ah, frick. He confessed to me over the telephone. He told me he was the one who made Chairman Winner kill Rosie Ringer. I just need to find a piece of evidence that proves that what he said on the call. On that call, I'm going to have a stroke here. Ah! Bro. It's the same story as always. I'm afraid you can't prove I did anything else. I mean... You were... Wait, can I look? Oh. Man, that's evil. I mean, you did? You were flying around the hot air balloon, which was caught on Lada's camera. And also the tape. A recording of signals that were intercepted from the bug that was planted in case pin. Oh yeah, wait, it's this. Yeah. I'm afraid you're wrong. I have proof that you meant for at least one murder to happen. Because you said so yourself. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winter kill little Miss Rosie Ringer. What? I said that. Weird. I don't remember. I know you think you can worm your way out of everything. But this time you're wrong. I am. Yes, because our conversation was being recorded by somebody intercepting the signal from the very listening device you planted. It was? You got your conversation with the clown here on tape? That's what you're trying to tell us? No! Lang Z says, a schemer's schemes will swallow him in the end. Miss Lloyd, could you play us the tape, please? You bet I can! Got it! It was this part right here. Mr. Edgeworth, that's just Gavel's cell phone! Who is this? You're the one who abducted Kay. I can't hear Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. It was right around here. I was as surprised as... Huh? That's weird. Is something wrong, Miss Lloyd? I'll say, seems we maybe, didn't quite catch the next part on tape. What? Why? How could it not be on there? Frick. Aw, poor babies. You think I'd leave myself wide open like that? Well, think again. There's something a little special about that bug, you see. It can be turned on and off remotely. What? I never knew they make those. Remote-controlled bugs. Sure, they exist, but... So you switched it off to avoid being recorded. Bingo!
Objection!
But how? You would have had to know you were being recorded in the first place. And I did. Of course I did. It was so obvious that someone was eavesdropping. And that's because... Miss Lloyd, was it? You knew about the kid prosecutor's kidnapping without any prompting. No. You heard that whole conversation. I did indeed, old pal. But I must say, I thought you would have figured it all out much sooner. Aren't you supposed to be a genius prosecutor? Now, where were we again? Oh yeah, at the part where you couldn't prove incitement if it was game over. Ah, well. Oh shucks, so my tape ain't gonna be no use to nobody after all. Come on, it must have recorded something you can use. Only that were true. Hey K-Meister. Yeah? The old buggeroo. It was hidden in your pin that whole time, right? That shake anything loose from the old brain tree. I don't know. Give me a sec to think. You're the only one who's been directly in contact with him before.
Objection.
So sad. Relying on flawed evidence. Desperately trying to make it stick. Well, that's quite enough of that for now. Next topic, please. Huh? He's trying to steer us away from our current line of inquiry. You're the only one who's been directly in contact with him before. Kay had one-to-one encounter with him only recently. What if the sound from that point in time had been recorded? Miss Lloyd, how long were you recording the intercepts from the bug for? Started about, let's see now, 2 nights back? Oh, what a frickin'... In which case, during which time frame would we be likely to find Mr. Saint's voice on that tape? It would be... Oh wait, let me save here as well. It'd be 2 nights ago. Mr. Saint abducted Kay and took her up to the roof of the big building 2 nights ago. What if there was a recording from around that time? Miss Lloyd, quickly, play us any tape you have from the night before last. Huh? Oh, sure thing. That's the sound of the balloon! Indeed it is. At around that time, I imagine Mr. Saint would have been transporting you in it, which means he can't have been too far away from you, or the bug. Is there anything else in the recording, I wonder? Oh! Wait! That noise! That was a gunshot! You turned the bug off then too, it seems. Unluckily for you, you were a little late in doing so. There's no escaping it now. That gunshot ties you directly to the case. Huh? What are you talking about? Nobody ever mentioned a gun. He's wrong. Somebody involved in this case discharged a firearm. Just need to remember who it was and present that piece of evidence that proves it. Ah, I know. Thank you, Mr. Fake President. Which piece of evidence that shows that a gun was used in an incident related to this case? What was this? There was something. Gunshot residue detected on the right hand.
Take that!
It's written right here in the president's autopsy report. Traces of gunshot residue were detected on his hand. And where was Kay when the gunshot was recorded? That's right, she was in the balloon being taken by you to the top of the big building. However, the roof wasn't as deserted as you needed to be. Yes, I was there with the president. Wait, not long after we started talking, he noticed something and told me to leave. And if a gunshot rang out shortly after that. Oh god. Don't tell me you didn't hear it yourself, Mr. Saint. Not when it sounds crystal clear in this recording. You're just going to pretend to ignore me. What else do you expect me to do when you keep spouting your weird theories? We didn't just hear a gunshot on that tape. Metal pipe? If you listen carefully, you can hear that the bullet hit something too. Could the president have been aiming at Mr. Saint? What would the bullet have struck? It hit something metal. So, would that have been the balloon? Yeah, I wish I could see it. Oh my god, yeah, it has to, yeah, it's a balloon.
Take that!
I think the president was firing at the balloon. And if he was, what we heard in that tape could have been the bullet hitting the basket. Let's take a look and see, shall we? Ah, thank you. Oh yeah, there's the bullet. A hole? But a bullet stuck in it! There's a bullet hole in the bottom of the basket. I'd call that pretty conclusive proof. Well, Mr. Saint, how do you explain not just the sound on the tape, but the accompanying bullet hole? You see everything, don't you? It's pretty impressive, I have to admit. I doubt there's anything I could hide from you if you really wanted to find it. Just shut up and confess, will you? Alright. No need to get cranky. What really happened 2 nights ago? I'll admit, I flew the balloon up to the roof, but when I arrived, Judge Gavel and the president were already there. That came as a surprise, I have to say. Only the president noticed me and he made the good judge leave right away. Then he pointed his gun at me and fired. But why was he trying to shoot down the balloon? Oh, that's simple enough. When I arrived, he was just about to murder your friend, the judge here. Me? Yeah, you. You told him about Sean. What'd you think would happen? Why do you think he met with you in the first place? He thought you were going to expose him as an imposter. Because she knew the truth about Sean's parentage. He was afraid. Huh, afraid? Yeah, you could say that. The man was a total coward. His hands were shaking so much when he tried to get rid of me, he couldn't even shoot straight. You see? So you see, I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was just an innocent bystander. Ah! This music slaps.
Hold it!
Around what time would that have been? Just after 11, I think. That's when you and your pal went up to the roof, right, Your Honor? Yes, it was. No contradictions there, but the fact that we've confirmed the time is important nonetheless. And because I arrived when I did, Judge Gavel and the President were already there. That came as a surprise, I have to say.
Hold it!
What? Oh. So you didn't expect to find the two of them there? Of course not. Why would I? But it's lucky I got there when I did. We all know what would have happened if I'd been there any later. He was just about to try and kill you, Gavel. You really didn't suspect a thing. I'm afraid I did not. I had no idea. Maybe you shouldn't have blabbed to him about the kid. Did you ever think of that? I was merely trying to... What kind of mother are you? You're lucky he didn't kill you and then go after the boy. Oh, you can shut the frick up, man. You can shut up.
Objection!
I'm your opponent here, not Judge Gavel. Now leave her alone and tell us what we need to know. Don't worry, Your Honor. I'll take it from here. I am in your debt, Mr. Edgeworth, as is Sean. I trust that you will look after us both, and I pray that the goddess of justice will watch over us all. Your precious goddess didn't even warn you there was a balloon riot behind you. You can shut up. I don't like you. I'm sorry for what happened and everything to you, man. But actually, no. Like, you had no reason to do all of this.
Hold
it. He made her leave, but why? Wasn't he planning to kill her? Sure, but I bet he didn't want to do it in front of a witness. Murderers don't tend to do like that. She still didn't know he wasn't the real president, right? His secret was safe for the time being. And now that he knew that about Sean, he could kill both of them whenever he wanted. You two got lucky when he died, huh? Why the frowns? I'd be smiling from ear to ear if I were you. I don't think anybody will be smiling until this matter has been cleared up once and for all. So please continue if you would. He does like the cackling thing that Candace does. Your wish is my command. Where were we? Oh yeah, that coward of a fake president. I guess a witness suddenly appearing in the sky must have shaken him up pretty badly, and he panicked. He pointed his gun at me and fired.
Hold it!
You're lucky that the bullet only struck the bottom of the basket. Yeah, I tried to get out of there the second you pulled out that gun. Couldn't have my balloon going pop. But it was a close run thing. So you left right then and there. Of course I did. He was shooting at me. Are you saying there's a problem with that? Does that present a problem? I'm gonna say yeah, because In the end, you managed to leave Kay there up on that rooftop, which means you didn't actually leave the vicinity, did you? Oh yeah, guess I forgot to tell you the next part. After he shot at me, he escaped through the hatch of the 51st floor. I hung around a little longer to make sure the coast was clear, but then I landed on the roof. Would you mind appending that statement to your testimony? Makes no difference to me. After he shot at me, he escaped through the hatch to the 51st floor. Is there anything I have on that? Big building. Oh wait, Miss Hart was in the 51st floor storeroom the night before last, but didn't see the president pass through.
Objection!
There we go. You're lying to us again. I am. The president never entered the storeroom the night before last. Miss Hart testified to that fact. What? And you believe the word of a 2-bit hack over mine? I beg your gosh darn pardon? Say that about the chief again, I dare ya! I'll wipe that smile right off your stupid clown face. Heck yeah, we're gonna beat him up. Oh, wait. Wrong thing. I know I put up the BRB thing again. No. So we know Hart was cramped out on the 51st floor that entire evening. But if our fake president didn't escape through there, then how the heck did he get off the roof? An excellent question, and one that I hope to prove the answer to next. We know that he didn't leave via the elevator, so neither that nor the hatch are possibilities, which leaves only one possible way of escaping that rooftop. How did the president leave the rooftop if it wasn't via the elevator or the hatch? He escaped through the freaking hot air balloon.
Take that!
He flew. He just deadpan. He flew. He flew? Yes, in Mr. Saint's balloon.
Objection.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Quit fooling around, will you? Why in the world would I give that guy a lift in my balloon?
Objection.
There was a security camera on the elevator, and Miss Hart was on the 51st floor the whole time. There's no other way he could have left that rooftop.
Objection.
You know what the circus is all about? Making the audience think you're in danger, giving them a thrill. But it's time to bring this act to an end. I'm in no danger here, even if you think I am. What do you mean? Watch and learn. Miss Hart, can I ask you something? You were keeping guard on the 51st floor the whole time, right? Never even blinking for a moment? You bet your big toe I was! I done said as much in my testimony! Huh, so the noise, the sound of Miles' faithful assistant falling through the hatch. That didn't scare you so badly that you fainted. So maybe I have mentioned this before, but I fell asleep for a few winks after that. Well, passed out, unconscious you might say. What happened? That explains the noise that caused you to faint as well, Miss Hart. It was the sound of Kay crash landing onto the storeroom floor. Well, so what if I did? Ain't a girl in the world don't get caught a little unawareness sometimes. Sorry, Miles, but that's what you get for putting your faith in these people.
Objection.
It doesn't matter. Kay can't have fallen down the hatch till after the president left the roof.
Objection.
Are you sure about that? Allow me to offer a little counter theory. The coward fake president fired his gun at me. Then he hid in the shadows until after your friend fell down that hatch. What? So what if he did? What would that mean?
Objection!
Come now, surely even you can see what I'm insinuating here. It's elementary. If the president hid until after Miss Hart fainted, he could have passed right through the 51st floor undetected. No! And here we have it. Your little theory about the secret storeroom falls apart. Did he have to do that to me in my own voice? That's right. Oh, and another thing. I might have let Sean's identity slip to repel the president while he was hiding in the shadows. I can't speak today. Woo! I love this silly music. I might have let Sean's identity slip to repel the president while he was hiding in the shadows. That's why he went to the set to try and murder him the next day. Only to wind up being killed himself. That's right, it was Sean who murdered the body double.
Objection!
What possible reason could the boy have for doing so? Oh, a pretty good one. He already knew he was the president's son. And how did he discover that exactly? Because I told him in one of my trademark letters. What? He's lying. Oh, you bet I am. Huh? Or am I? Maybe I did tell him, and maybe I didn't. This is his whole thing. We don't know, because we don't have... He's like, oh, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. You'll never know, because you don't got the proof. You motherfricker. Well, Shawnee boy, which is it? It was my fault the Taurosaurus head fell off that roof. I admitted that much already. But I didn't find out about my dad until today, I swear. Huh, well. I knew about the falling head thanks to the bug. But who knew it was you who made it fall, and the president died from being crushed? From being crushed, was it? Alright, well that confirmed at least. You were the murderer. Congrats again, your revenge. That ties everything up pretty neatly, wouldn't you say? Although I guess you'd say something more like... And so the pieces fall into place at last. Well, counter my unassailable logic if you can. You know my MO by now, right? I'm a hands-off kind of guy. I just like to pull a few strings here and there. That was the case with Bronco, with Chairman Winter. So what makes you think I let that fake president set foot on my balloon? Besides, I thought he was crushed to death by that model monster head. Who said old Taurosaurus noggin falling? It all makes perfect sense. That's how our imposter wound up dead, no doubt about it. And what was the motive behind the murder? The little truth I shared, just like I said. Get it? The truth. The thing you're so fond of. That's what caused the murder here, not me. No, that's not possible. Well, is there a detective in the house? Somebody arrest that boy! Can't help noticing a nobody rushing to slap on the handcuffs. What's the matter? Curse you! Just as I thought. Admit it, you're all the same. You, Winter, that idiot, phony president. You want the real culprit to go free so you can railroad me into a jail cell, don't you? That's the justice you all claim to love so much. You only love it when you can twist it to suit your needs. That's not true. Well, if you're not going to make the move, guess I'll have to step outside and speak to an officer myself. Once I tell him that the kid here is a murderer, maybe then they'll finally do something. We're not done with your testimony yet, Mr. Saint. How did I know you'd make some excuse for stalling even longer? But you still don't have any proof, do you? Or any chance of winning this? Tell me I'm wrong. And yet you still want to prolong the agony? Well, as long as you know what you're doing. Oh! He's not holding back. What? Did you forget that little Shawnee's life is on the line too? Hey, Mauserino. Take a deep breath for me, would you? Why would I do that, Fender? Because it's times like these you need to kick back and take stock. And be grateful for what you have. He's saying this and it's like almost Christmas time. This sounds like something like, yeah. Be grateful for what you have. And this is like after Thanksgiving. The worst of times are when lawyers calmly show our biggest smiles. Remember? The way in which the president made his escape is what you and the laughing boy can agree on. So how about this for a little thought experiment? What if it's not about whether the big guy in the purple jacket got on that big balloon or not? But rather, under what conditions would Simon have been cool with letting him get on board? A turnabout in thinking. Holy frick. Forgive the interruption. Just my 2 cents worth. Or your old man's, I guess I should say. Maybe Gregory's techniques can still prove useful in this crazy modern era. He's right. Under what circumstances could the body double have been allowed on that balloon? He was a physically imposing man, and what's more, he was carrying a gun. Could he have been drugged? No, there was no trace of sedatus found during his autopsy. In which case, surely not. The light bulb in his little logic brain clicked. Are you about ready to continue, Miles? And don't forget, this is what we're playing for. This is going to be tricky. I have to tear his testimony down one statement at a time.
Hold it!
The strings and questions being those of Sean and the president's body double in this case. You seem pretty confident of your abilities in that particular arena. Is that so weird? I'm an animal tamer, remember? And what's the wildest animal of them all? That's right, humans. Didn't take much to get those two dancing to my tune. A little truth here, a little hint of revenge there. Somebody ought to thank me. I did this world a favor. Mr. Edgeworth, he's scaring me. Don't let him get under your skin, Kay. We have to stay strong. This man sowed the seeds of another's revenge in order to achieve his own. It's our duty to stop him, and we will succeed in that duty. Why do people do bad things, huh? Don't they realize they'll just come back to bite them in the end?
Hold it!
And so you insist that you had no direct involvement in any of what occurred. What can I say? I don't like to get my hands dirty. Sure do love to watch the action unfold, though. All those idiots desperately trying to kill one another, and they don't even know I lit the fuse. I love it. Ha! You haven't changed. All you did 12 years ago was watch 2. You're talking about the whole SS5 thing? Ha! Stop it! Your poor papa, scrabbling around for answers and finding nothing. Shucks. What do they call that again? Oh yeah, rank incompetence. He's really just pushing buttons. How dare you! Agent Lang, please. You don't know the half of it, you darned clown! Your father may not have closed out the case, not publicly anyway, but it was thanks to his work that we're standing here right now. Sorry to butt in, Miles. But your little pep talk isn't going to magically solve this case. Now, I know you have your theories.
Hold it!
But it's the only way he could have gone down from the roof of that building. Alright, let's game this one out, shall we? Suppose I took him down to the ground like you said. What's wrong with doing that?
Objection!
So you admit it, you did take him on your balloon.
Objection!
You're really obsessing over this one little detail. This isn't like you, Miles. And how do you think it went down? He held me at gunpoint and said, "Show me the city at night?" That's ridiculous, and you know it is. Or did you really fail to think this through?
Objection!
You said yourself you gave him Sean's identity. Surely that was enough for to win him over.
Objection!
Win him over? The man who shot at me? No, 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 no. Then you must have put him to sleep and carried him away like you did with me.
Objection!
Very well. Let us suppose that to be true for a second. Did the autopsy show the presence of sedatives? It's no good. He's just not giving us an opening. Anyway, never mind all that. There are way more interesting things I'd rather talk about.
Hold it!
Actually, I have some doubts about that. I mean, if the president really was killed by the Taurosaurus head.
Objection!
Don't tell me you're throwing your own pet theory in the trash, Mr. Genius Prosecutor. Aren't you the one who went to all that trouble to prove the man squished by head hypothesis was true?
Objection!
That may have been my theory at one point, but that was when we thought the head was the only thing that could have crushed him.
Objection!
Why the past tense? That's the theory, no? It's not like you have anything else right now. The president's body double was crushed under the falling Taurosaurus head. Fact. No, there must be something. Some other piece of evidence that could link this man to the president's death by crushing. Don't you think it's time to give up, Miles? I don't like watching you struggle like this. We all know who did it. The model head is practically screaming his name.
Hold it!
I know like, it's probably that statement, but I just want to press on everything. Sure, Sean was the one who caused the head to fall, that much we know. He even admitted to himself. Fantastic! So we're all in agreement. Well done, everybody! Case closed. Sean Fenn killed the fake president, and that's that. Somebody get those cops in here! Not so fast. This case is far from closed. Still scrabbling, huh? Well, alright then. Enlighten us. And be quick about it. If you can't, I want to see the kid in handcuffs. Or are you only a stickler about the law when things are going your way? Mr. Edgeworth, what do we do? What do we do? Think, Miles, think. If Mr. Saint killed the president's body double, it would have to have happened while the two of them were together on the roof. So what would he have had to hand? That's the answer. That will tell us how he was killed. He's not going to make this easy, is he? We need to think about how the president died. It was a very particular cause, to say the least. If we assumed he was crushed by the Taurosaurus head, then the whole thing becomes Sean's fault, right? But what if that wasn't what the president was crushed by? Is there something else that could have exerted a similar kind of force? Yep.
Objection!
Frick you. Sean didn't kill the president. The president was crushed by a monster. What? Did you really just say that? You! Oh, I get it. He's the kid who can communicate with giant beasts, right? He uses special powers. The only person communicating with monsters was you. Sorry, but you must have me mixed up with somebody else. No monster palace here, I'm afraid.
Objection!
Why the false modesty? You're very close with at least one such creature. In fact, you can make this particular monster do exactly as you command. It was you who killed the president, Mr. Saint, and I can prove it. What? Like... Why is my mouse going whack? Dun, 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 dun. You're talking about the lion balloon. Yes, a quivering mockery of a monster filled with hot air, but a monster nonetheless. Not entirely unlike Mr. Saint himself. Sorry, you lost me. What are you trying to say exactly?
Objection!
You seemed very keen to stick to your story about having manipulated Sean and the president. But no matter how true you may have wanted it to be, that was nothing more than a desperate lie. Even the most skilled animal tamer can't make the dead do his bidding. And the president was dead long before he left that roof, having been killed by your balloon. Oh, I get it. That thing may look lighter than air, but it weighs a few hundred pounds, right? When the president attacked you from the roof, you had to think quickly in order to protect yourself. The method you choose? Landing the balloon right on top of him. Now that's a more unfortunate way to die. You didn't need to let him ride on that balloon, and he didn't need to coerce you into taking him. Because what you took away was his dead body.
Objection!
Wait a minute now, Miles. If what you're saying is true, the president would have been killed 2 nights ago. Which would mean the time of death recorded in the autopsy was wrong. It would. Wow, you're really losing your touch. Look again. It's written right there. Time of death, April 5th at approximately 11 p.m. Clear as day. Oh, frick, wait, there's the camera where he's just walking there. What the fudge? Did he just gang... Oh, wait, maybe he knocked him out. And then... Oh, no. April 5th, that was yesterday, which means... Exactly. It means he died when the Pterosaurus head fell off that roof. Oh no, Sean. Alright, Sean. It's time to be honest with us all. You know it's the right thing to do. You killed your dad, didn't you? You hated him, didn't you? Get with it. Who wouldn't? We get it. Oh, we get it. That. Whatever words. I don't like this man. He just left you. What kind of a father would do that? Simon, I hate to say this, but your father is pretty fricked up too. Your father didn't care either, man. You don't know that, but... No, that's not what happened. I already told you. I didn't know who he was until today. Oh, but you did know, because I told you myself. Can my theory really have been so wide on the mark? I want to thank you once again, Miles. You hounded Winter and Lagarde until their crimes were finally exposed. And by running them both, you helped me get my revenge. Gotta love those powers of deduction. If the time of death matched up, everything else would fit. So, could he possibly have cheated the time of death somehow? Oh, what was the other guy's name again? Carmelo Gusto? You even ran him down for me. That was some great work you did there. Of course, Gusto, the IS-7 incident. He killed Frost and froze his body in order to conceal it. How was he able to Mr. Gusto needed to freeze Mr. Frost's body in order to obscure the time of death. If they determined what the murder occurred during the afternoon tea, he would have been an obvious suspect. Bingo! My god, you are just like your father. Even though you haven't seen him in years. And the dude abandoned you. He's like, yeah, you know, frick my son. I don't care where he went. I only wish I could have been there to see his downfall too. How can you say that? He was your father. It's so scary. Miss Lagarde just keeps asking and asking about what happened that day. Where were you, Dad? When are you coming to get me? Please, I need you to come take me away. It's because I broke my promise? Because I didn't show up in time to help you taste your work. He was no father. He left me all on my own. What kind of person would do that? We may have shared the same blood, but that's it. Father? What a joke.
Objection!
You may not want to hear this, Mr. Saint, but you share more than blood. Hate him all you like, but you're more like your father than you know. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Fates can be strange sometimes, but this was no coincidence. You and your father were the same, even in the methods you choose. You deliberately threw off the time of death just as he did. Oh, he hid him in the meat locker. That's right, we had to rescue him from a warehouse refrigeration unit just down by the harbor. A refrigerator unit in a depot. I threw off the time of death. And how did I do that exactly? By hiding the president's body in a very specific place. You hid the body right here. You...
Take that!
Okay. You need to keep the body cool somewhere, and you also need somewhere to keep Sean. Who knew that the two were connected? You talk about the kidnapping again? Why are we bringing that up now? Because much as you may wish we had forgotten, we know that you kept Sean in your refrigeration unit. The same refrigeration unit in which you kept the president's body. He's blue. Just as your father froze the body when he was trying to conceal 18 years ago. What? You're saying I'm the same as him? The same as the animal who abandoned me? A sad irony, but an undeniable truth nonetheless.
Objection.
Shut up! I'm nothing like him! I can never be like him! He's nothing to do with me, and we're nothing alike!
Objection.
Sorry, kiddo, but I think it's pretty clear that you and Augusto might have more than a little in common. You even told us you didn't like sweet stuff way back when you first met, right? If that's not a product of your dad issues, I don't know what is. Ooh! You don't understand. You may have tried to disown your father, but he lives on in everything you do. You think the same way. Like father, like son. And you're every bit as prepared as he was to sacrifice others in order to protect yourself. Holy frick. Your crimes were even exposed in the same manner. You couldn't be more similar. Oh! Or should I say, why are you giggling? I don't know anything about a refrigeration unit. And the kidnapping? Nothing to do with me.
Objection.
Nonsense, you did it so you could blackmail Judge Gavel. We know for a fact you were involved.
Objection.
You're a real danger to be around, you know that, Miles? And what aren't you going to accuse me of? But it changes nothing. You still don't have any proof of incitement, of kidnapping, of anything. Oh wait, or are you planning on maybe fabricating some? Taking the leap out of the World Winner playbook. You can frick off, man. I ain't doing any of that. And I say I hate him in the sense like, because this character's like, oh, I meant to hate him. I do not like him. But he did all of this just because he really did all this for nothing, really. Because he, for a while, oh. I don't know how to put it in words. I'm sorry. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I want to punch this man in the face. Like, I hate him. / affectionate. Like, or whatever. Lighthearted. I don't know. Never. I would never do that. Can't let myself rise to the provocation. I can't speak. My God, what's he with the big words? What was the line? No matter what happens, we must find the truth? Something like that? But only when the truth suits you, huh? That's how the law keeps people down, isn't it? And why I had to get my revenge myself. I got away with it. I got away with it all. A guard, winner, and now you. None of you can touch me. Is this bad, Mr. Edgeworth? There isn't anything we can do? Or isn't there anything we can do? Everything points to this man being our culprit. But we need evidence, even just one piece. One piece? Alright, it's been fun, but it's time we brought this little show to an end, don't you think? Stick around for the main event though, won't you? I'll even let you in for free, if you'll finally admit defeat. Oh! Who was that? Holy frick! Shit! Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Gummy, where have you been? Oh my God, I've been wondering where he was. The One Piece is real. I've been doing my job, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me. I can't speak today. And Detective Gumshoe, do you have anything to report? I had them look into a few things real quick, sir. About the refrigeration unit where the kid was kept. It was registered too. The very big circus, just like you said. Ha! And there it is, just in the nick of time. Excellent work, Detective. Well, Mr. Saint? Must be some kind of mistake. Why would a circus need a refrigeration unit? A valid question, I suppose, but we're no experts on the circus trade. Perhaps we could ask your department manager for her thoughts on the matter. Well, Miss Berry? We do hire a unit to store all the food for the animals, but I don't know where it is. I leave all that to Simon. He's so good at that kind of thing. You fool! Simon, you're scaring me! Such a shame, but rushing to find a solution after the fact so often leads to mistakes. You knew that if the body was found in the unit, the suspicion would fall onto you. So you panicked and moved it to the grounds of the big building instead. But you weren't counting on Sean being found in the unit when you kidnapped him. If only you'd known you were up against a great thief and an even greater detective. Yeah! Let's go! Is everything alright? You're looking a bit pale. More pale than usual. Don't think you've won just yet, Miles. You're missing proof of the most important part of your little theory. I am. Perhaps you could enlighten us. You don't have any evidence I crushed the president's faker with that balloon. And I know you don't, because there isn't any. I'm afraid there is. Huh? What? Wait, hold on. Can I look at the balloon? I can look at it. Is there anything else on the balloon that I missed? Hold on, wait. I was carrying this basket, right? Yes, although you were asleep, so I imagine you have no memory of it. Would have been nice to have at least gotten some fun flying memories out of it. Curse you, Mr. Mastermind. I'm gonna kick your butt, just you wait and see. Heck yeah, okay, we're gonna get his butt. We're gonna punch him and all that. But that's not the main reason you want to get your revenge, is it? Don't worry, I've got my eyes on that tank. Simon won't be escaping this balloon if I have anything to do with it. I struggle to imagine him choosing to make his getaway by balloon. Look, you just leave this to me. Go and concentrate on nailing him for his crimes, alright? There's also rope. When we finally proven who's behind all this, let's tie them up with this rope. I'll teach you a way of doing this so that even a professional escapologist couldn't get free. I understand the sentiment, but perhaps you could apply that fervor to the pursuit of the truth instead. There's nothing on the bottom on the basket. But it has to be. Oh, wait. There's probably a bit of the pile. What? If Mr. Saint murdered the victim as we think he did, there should be traces of your misdeed on this piece of evidence. Yeah, no, I know what. We already pointed that out. Yeah, we already pointed that out. It's the bullet hole. Yeah, the fake president shot at him earlier. When he was carrying Kay's body in the balloon. But if he got crushed by the balloon, then there has to be traces of the freaking flowers pollen, like hidden on it or something. Analysis of the balloon basket should turn up the evidence we need. The balloon again? You already have your bullet hole. What else do you expect to find? I expect to find a beautiful bouquet. We, expect to find plenty, actually. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? If there's truth to be found, then he'll find it. He's a hero of justice. He sure is. He'll find something for sure. Mr. Edgeworth has gone out way tighter spots than this one. What they said. We believe in you, Malzerino. And so does your pop. He's looking down on you right now. I know he is. Don't hit me with the freaking... Ah! Yeah. Just stay calm and see this through to the end, Miles Edgeworth. A perfect victory is only moments away. The president's body double was killed by the balloon. Traces of a certain substance will prove that. And you, Simon Saint, will pay for your crimes at last. I'm looking forward to this. Time to wrap up the mysteries of past and present once and for all. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, deal the final blow to this unforgivably wicked man. This last piece of evidence will prove your guilt beyond a doubt. What should we expect to find on the balloon if it was used to crush the president? Where the frick is it?
Take that!
When Sean found the president's body, he also found a bouquet of lion lilies. Lion lilies, symbol of the connection between parent and child. A popular flower back in Zangfa. That's your proof? A bunch of flowers that will be rotting at the dump by now? A bunch of flowers that Sean threw away? So much for your beautiful symbol of parental connection. That's got nothing to do with any of this! Ignore him, Sean. You threw those flowers away, that much is true. But the bond they represent remains as strong as it ever was. The president held onto them until the last, an act which provided us with our final piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about? The flowers Sean disposed of had been squashed flat. They must have been crushed by the balloon. If we examine the basket for traces of lion lily pollen, what do you think we might find? No. You don't need to do that. You looked over the basket just now. Anyway, if there was pollen stuck to it, you would have seen it. Those flowers are bright yellow. Not all evidence is visible to the naked eye, Mr. Saint. Huh? Emma? Yeah? I'd like to call on your scientific skills once again, if you don't mind. Leave it to me. Alright, let's take a look at this balloon basket, shall we? I've got something! Bright yellow pollen, just like you said! It's from the same flowers. It shouldn't take more than another quick test to prove it. What? Frick you. And there we have it. You murdered the president, and this murder you carried out yourself. No, how could this? No! You crushed the president with that balloon. Then you loaded his body into the basket and took him to the refrigeration unit. But why? Why go through the trouble of removing the body? Because he knew another incident was scheduled to occur that same evening. Oh, Rosie Ringer's murder! Exactly. If he had left the body there, it would have interfered with his other plans. I get it. He couldn't leave the body in the refrigeration unit for too long either, right? Indeed not. So while returning to the big building to drop the body off again the following night, he must have observed the fires Sean caused in the Pterosaurus head falling as a result. That's what gave you the idea, wasn't it? To frame Sean for the murder. You made it seem as if the falling head was what killed him, so that my son would take the blame. Despicable coward! In order to achieve your aim, you lowered the president's body from the balloon to the lot below, and while he was dangling from the rope you used, he was caught on Sean's rehearsal tape. No, how did you see through it all? How? You manipulated people, and you manipulated this case, just as you manipulated animals on the stage. You thought you were all-powerful, but your reign is at an end. The animals look like they're mad with you, Simon. Even Money and Azia. I hope Money, jumps him. They thought you were their friend, but you're not. They're sad and mad all at the same time. Stop it! Stop looking at me like that! Perhaps they will when you finally stop clowning around. You're not cut out for comedy. Your tale is destined to end with a whimper. Don't get away from me! Get away from me! Leave me alone! Dad, where are you? I'm so scared. I don't know what you're talking about. I've done nothing wrong, nothing. I'm not the bad one, they are. Why, Bronco? Why'd you stop me from going to see my dad? Only none of them did what he did. Wouldn't have to. I couldn't trust the police. I couldn't trust anybody. I was all alone with nobody to help me. But that man, he helped me. Candace was the only one who ever helped me. So what if I used people? I had to. Was that wrong? Leave me alone! Leave me alone! That hurts! Oh! Oh! No! Oh! No! Oh! It seems the game is up at last. Whom? The killer! Mr. Edgeworth, May I be the first to congratulate you. You have unmasked the person behind this entire sorry affair. Now, I am free to... Oh! 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 Not the ice cream! Ice cream self! Oh my god, wait, look at the corner right there! Look where Miss Gavel, where Gavel is, and Sean. Oh my god! Oh my god! Also, Francisca is about to fight someone, bro. No! Guns are so clumsy, don't you find? I don't have a gun. Please, not only are you carrying one, you were just about to draw it. You must have stolen it from the president after murdering him. This gentleman betrayed a bond of trust. He knew the so-called president was an imposter, and yet he employed me to kill him nonetheless. There is nothing more dangerous for an assassin than to be lied to about the nature of one's target. Ooh. Ah, he done fricked up now. If one does not allow what cards one's opponent is holding, one can be very unpleasantly surprised. You done fricked up now, Saint. But that was not your true crime. No, thinking you could deceive me, manipulate me. That is the crime for which you are about to pay. No! You! Oh my god, look at this! This is so cool! Why does this go? What the fudge? It's been a while, the killer. Step aside, Canis. This man is my target. I would politely ask that you call off this particular job. He'll pay for his crimes, but in prison, not at the end of your blade. And if I refuse, let's just say that I might not take the loss of the one life that I ever saved too well. You save a life. Bodhidharma Canis, the blind butcher himself. Preposterous, I know. But yes, I, who have taken so many lives, once chose to preserve one, that of an innocent young pup. And he in his turn saved mine. Something of a bond formed between us. Laugh all you like, I know I would. But I would respectfully request that you spare him. As one professional to another, I ask that you let this particular target live. Very well. The boy must mean a lot to you. Thank you. I am in your debt. You need not thank me. I simply see little point in the two of us killing one another. Now then, I bid you all good day. No, get back here! You have my thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. This young pup needed to be shown the error of his ways, and you have done just that. Alright, I suppose we'd better be getting back. Our ironclad enclosure awaits. Doesn't it, Helmet? Yes, yes it does. Oh, hello. You killed my dad, didn't you? You old man. I will not lie, I did. My victims deserve to be remembered, at the very least. But I sense a great hatred for me from you, honored horned pup. In that case. Sean, no! You must not falter, little one. Here, you may use my knife. What the fudge? Huh? Take it and cut my throat. One sure slice is all it takes. I was growing rather tired of carving my little statues anyway. I want revenge. I want it so badly. Sean, don't do it! Please, Sean, I beg of you! At least, I did until just now. I would have done anything to make you pay, no matter how long it took. Oh, but you should make those who have wronged you pay. It'll make you feel so good. Trust me. All the pain, all the suffering, it all goes away. It drowns it all out. Numbs it. Maybe it does. Listening to you, I thought maybe that's what I wanted. Sean! But it's not just about me. Say I get more revenge. How does that help anybody else? If I become a murderer, my mom suffers 10 times more than I ever would. And so would all the people I work with. They're counting on me, and they would worry about me. Thoughtful words indeed, little one. Yeah, well I get it now. I won't ever forgive you, but I shouldn't be the one who gets to punish you. That's what these guys are for. My mom, the prosecutor, people like that. Sean! Wow, you may be young, Sean, but you're way wiser than I'll ever be! You could at least consider trying to better yourself, Kay. Very well, and I suppose we'll be on our way. With me, young pup. On our way? To where? Where else? To the prison. Our home. Our home? What the fudge? And with that, the case came to an end. A case that had dragged so many people into its orbit. Oh my god. But as for me, there was one last thing I had to do. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Edgeworth. What's the big idea, big guy? Want to tell us what we're doing here? Mr. Edgeworth, your request has been processed and approved. Huh? Your what now? I've asked for my prosecutor's badge to be reinstated. Your badge? What is the meaning of this? I'm returning it. From this day forth, I'm a prosecutor no longer. I still can't believe you did that for me. A great man once said that an attorney's job is to be a friend to the friendless, and to trust his clients to show him the way to the truth. That man's image will forever burn in my memory. My father in the courtroom, fighting for those who could not fight for themselves. Good old Gregory. But that was his path, your path. Mine lies elsewhere. Mr. Edgeworth! My path is that of the prosecutor. It always was. Welp, I guess that's that. I'm sorry. No, I dig it. Besides, I can tell by that look in your eye that your mind's made up. It is. Alright then. Looks like your artwork together is diddly done. Just don't come crying to old Eddie if you change your mind. This club's now closed to new members. I understand. Hey, Malster, care to tell me why at least? How come you're so dead set on popping the old prosecutor's hat back on? You once asked me something, Fender. Are you going to keep fighting crime as a prosecutor, or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you've got a big decision ahead of you, one only you can answer. I've been thinking about that question ever since, about how I mean to live my life. And now that this case is over, I think I finally know the answer. I'm going to help people as a prosecutor. But can't you also do that as an attorney? Look at it this way. Simon Saint was also a victim of sorts. He lost his only parent all those years ago, and with him, his ability to believe in a just world. I know how that feels. To lose somebody so important to you. To lose faith in everything. To doubt everything and be utterly alone. To fight and fight and fight. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty, so I make that my policy. But I was lucky. Somebody was kind enough to save me from myself. Mr. Saint had nobody. He had no faith in the law. He felt that seeking revenge himself was the only option. But I doubt even you imagine that the body double would ever go so far as to co-opt our country's police. No. I sure didn't. And as long as Winter was around, no evidence was ever going to stand. He even nearly managed to ruin things this morning. The guard almost got away with it again. I want to help people like him. And how do you plan to do that? If he had been able to rely upon the law, none of this would have happened. Chairman Warner made a mockery of justice, and in doing so, drove Mr. Saint away from seeking it. The law is only as good as its practitioners. It can be a shield that keeps the people safe from harm, or a sword wielded to wound them. Just one among many of the law's greatest contradictions. You can say that again. Yep, it's what we folks in the trade like to call a legal contradiction. The law is far from perfect. But one cannot solve such contradictions in the law without engaging with it. I don't think an attorney could have saved Mr. Saint. But a prosecutor, a custodian of the law, I think perhaps they could have. I plan to take up my badge again and confront those contradictions at every turn. Very Malzarino. I like it. You know, it won't be easy breezy though, right? Fighting the law itself? That's luring on hard mode. I understand that, but somebody has to do it. Oh, I don't doubt that. If it has to be anybody, it should be you. Laws are like people, I guess. They both gotta grow and change, and adapt or perish, am I right? You're going to smash this, I just know it. After all, you're Gregory's boy through and through. Oh. And if there's one thing that man didn't know how to do, it's give up. Eyes on the prize and straight on until sunset. That was his motto. You know what? I saw that same determination on your face the second you mentioned taking up prosecuting again. You know what's really growing and changed? Hate to be a great big cheese ball, but you. I only wish your dad was here to see it. He'd be proud of us as all get out. Fender, thank you. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, if you're ready to begin, we can get the ceremony underway. Please. By the power vested in me by the Committee for the Prosecutorial Excellence, I, Verity Gavel, do hereby in the sight of the Almighty Goddess reinstate Miles Edgeworth as a servant of the law. Holy frick, I got my badge back! Let's freaking go! Yeah! Edgeworth got his badge back! Yeah! This badge design is said to reflect the relentlessness and discipline of the law enforcement. It comes from the authority vested in us as strict prosecutors of the law, and executors of sentences, much like harsh winter frost and blazing summer days. To wear it is to identify oneself as a prosecutor, but I have no interest in doing so. Yeah, and there's the wacky numbers on the back that's gone. Oh, we even got our badge back. Each prosecutor's badge is engraved with the number of its owner on the back. Numbers. As if we're not human on the inside like everyone else. Yeah, it's the same shiny old badge. Alright, you're a prosecutor again! Best news I've heard all week, sir. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, I gotta scoot. Your pops is going to want to know that his kid just signed up for the opposition a second time. Thank you again, Fender, for everything. Don't thank me yet. Next time you see me, could be across the courtroom. This face is a whole lot less ruggishly charming when it's not on your side of the aisle. I would relish the opportunity to face an attorney trained by my father. I hope that one day it comes very soon. Alrighty, Fender out. Welcome back into the fold, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Thank you, Judge Gavel. I owe you more than I can say. You do? You strove to right the wrongs of the committee from the inside. That must have been a lonely battle indeed. Not at all. I was never truly alone. That's right! You had the Goddess of Justice on your side! Thank you for teaching me that it's possible to fight in such a way. The contradictions within the committee are like those within the legal system itself. If we aren't able to overcome them, the real truth will forever evade us. I have you to thank for teaching me that, and for setting me on this path. I hereby swear to confront the contradictions that afflict the law and to overcome them. And I thank you for your commitment to that cause, as does the Almighty Goddess. I truly believe that such efforts are necessary in order for the law to grow and improve. I look forward to seeing you in the courtroom again soon. As will I. You did not see the best of me when I last oversaw the trial. Next time will be different. I will show you what it means to serve justice with true impartiality. Judge Gavel, I don't mean to call your motivation into question. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? But to my mind, the ideal judge is not wholly impartial. The ideal judge is human. Even in the courtroom, they laugh, they cry, they rage, they smile. And then when all is said and done, they pass down a judgment based in that very humanity. I'm not sure exactly how to put this, but perfection isn't always the loftiest of ideals, and it's certainly not the only thing to strive for. Forgive me, this is my opinion, nothing more. Oh my god. Trying to get my voice ready, because after this is probably gonna be the end credits thing. We're gonna have everyone that we met just talk. You are right, of course. There are no other ways. I thank you for sharing your insights. Mr. Edgeworth, there is another reason I was never truly alone during my long struggle against Chairman Winter. Someone else was with me. Someone other than the goddess. Of course, Sean! This clipping gave me more courage than words can express. Simply having it near gave me hope. No matter how hard things get, no matter how formidable one's opponent, when we feel that we are not alone, we can keep going, no matter how hard the road ahead. Mistakes have been made, but we must fix them, for Sean's sake more than anyone's. Like the mistakes made in the incident in which his father died. So you see, there is something more important even to me than the words of the goddess. Though it may anger her to hear me say such things. So that was your secret weapon all along, the strength of your bond with your son. Perhaps you are right. Perhaps I should not strive for an unachievable perfection, but I must grow. As a servant of the law and as a mother, that I believe above all else. Aww. I see. It seems that we both have plenty still to learn. Indeed, we are neither of us perfect yet. Let us continue along our chosen paths and continue to grow as we tread them, until we meet again. I will look forward to that day. May the goddess watch over you as you embark upon the next step of your journey. I lost the title of Prosecutor, but now I have regained it. Doing so, see new way forward, new path of justice. Follow the path until it finally leads me to the truth. Oh my god, why are you... I can't read fast, Edgeworth! Bro!
Objection!
Yeah! I couldn't read that! Bro, you were going so fast! So, Chief, what kind of scoop we looking to land ourselves next, huh? Did I teach you nothing, knucklehead? We're journalists, dang it! Leads are our stock in the trade, our bread and butter. You don't just hand that stuff over, not even to your dang apprentice. Sorry, Chief. I guess I'll still got a whole bunch to learn, huh? Alright then, better go track down some leads my own self. That's the spirit. You go get him, champ. Before you mosey on down the way, mind sharing what kind of the leads might be? Huh? But, Chief, you... Come on now, I'm pretty much your editor, ain't I? Can't hold out on the boss. Oh, come on, Chief, that's cold. My arm wound has yet to fully heal even now. The bodyguard who inflicted it was a skillful practitioner indeed. I shan't be forgetting him in a hurry. But never mind that now. Time to return to the life of a simple ice cream seller, although I have been thinking that perhaps crepes would be more my speed. Well, no rush. I'm sure there will be time to ponder that matter before my next job comes in. Gonna be selling crepes. Oh, look, I'm getting dragged off. Frick you. Sure, you might knock me at my butt, wise guy, but I ain't out for the count just yet. Keeping my guard up and looking for an opening. Get out of this dump yet. Ain't that right, Teddy? Second the bell rings for the next round of escapes shenanigans, we'll come out swinging. Till then, it's training. Training and more training. Ah, Frank saw it. You want to know if I'm still planning on becoming an animal stylist? Sure, I'm still studying every single day. It's still up my elbows in mud. But I guess it suits me better than being a newspaper salesman. I plan to make it my new career when I finally get out of here. What's that? Is my release a few more years away? Now because I helped warden the guard. Yeah. Why do you think I'm being so nice to all these stupid freaking animals? I don't care about freaking license. I want to get out of here. Why me? I was so shocked when I learned what Simon had been up to this whole time. I trusted him. I was his boss. Still, can't sit around being sad forever, I guess. The show must go on. We can't let the magic department and the ventriloquy department get the better of us. We line up the stage and blow away the competition, all those awful memories with it. I must have gone soft in my old age, haven't I, boy? Yes, yes I have. 18 years ago I saved a life, and the troublesome child is still keeping me busy to this day. Now here we are, back in a cage. Well, we'll have company soon at least, won't we, boy? Yes, our friend Pup. Things certainly won't be dull with him around. No, no they won't. What desserts shall we eat? Chocolate cake, sticky and sweet. Oh, so soft, fluffy and light. You'll be dreaming of it tonight. I'll always be waiting for you, Judy. And I'll come visit you every day, just like you and Eddie did when I was in here. We have so much to thank him and Mr. Edgeworth for. Most of all, the fact that I get to eat your delicious desserts again, Samson. And not just you, they gave me permission to keep providing sweet treats to everyone here. Guess spreading the gossip of candy making for all these years is finally paying off. Oh. Oh, hello, sweetie. It's fancy seeing you here. I owe you a great big thanks, you know. Oh, dear old Greggy Pegleg too, of course. After all, it's thanks to all of you that I can eat Sammy Poodle sweets again. I'm even thinking of making a lovely medicine out of them. I'm going to call it Snacker's Delight. It makes your stomach so small you can only eat snacks. So you can get skinny as a tent peg and love every minute. I didn't read that. What the fudge? Oh, Lori! Lori's! Man, I've met so many beautiful people now and drawn so many beautiful sketches. Lulu isn't the biggest fan of my new work, though. She took one look at my sketchbook and hit me over the head with it. Bam, just like that. And then she left. Guess that's one less beautiful person in my life now. So I've got a big decision ahead of me. Do I follow my art or follow my heart? By heart, I mean new girlfriend. You got that, right? Ah, same layer. You will never change. Oh my god! Badster, the battery nader. Seriously though, thanks for the assist today, good buddy. You want me to talk about IS-7? I'll talk all day. Sounds like that Edgeworth kid is doing good work. Yeah, Miles Reno chose a different path from his old man in the end. Path that means we can't work together. But that won't stop me looking on him from time to time. You've come pretty far yourself. Holy macaroni, a compliment from Big Bad? Detective Bad? Am I dreaming? Well, Flower will get you everywhere, old pal. You ever need a little fender magic, just say the word. The great... Oh, it's those two. Looks like they'll be letting me off a little easier than I thought for what I did. Guess because I told them I was kind of forced to do it. Ouch! Ain't no such thing as easy when it comes to crime, dang fool child. Sorry, Grandma. I still feel awful about it, of course. But I'm just so glad I get to stay out here with you. What's that? You think we should be getting back to work? I guess you're right. Can't keep the dead waiting. Oh my god, I love all this. Science saves the day again, huh? Good thing I have to be around, right? Even if I do have to jump right back on the plane again and go back to Europe. All this flying around is gonna get tiring. You're gonna be doing a lot more than that. Still, it's all part of becoming a first-class forensic investigator. Guess I'll better get going. Oh, but if you ever need me, just say the word, okay? I'll come running. You know I will. You're going to do a lot more of that when you're with Nayuta Sadamari. Francisca! The greater one's father, the greater pressure to be great. But Eustace Winner, was it? He has chosen his own path now, and he will be tested. Just as I was. Miles Edgeworth chose to live as a prosecutor over his own father lived. That, too, is a valid answer to the question we've all wanted to wrestle with. Queen. Absolute. My father hid a secret, bore a burden I could only have imagined. I thought only of my family name. He thought of so much more. He thought of our entire nation. I mean to carry on that legacy, to fulfill his last great wish, even if our president was an imposter, even if the real president is long dead. Even if it takes all my effort and all my immense effort, Zhang Fa will rise again! Can't wait for you to see it! Frick you! I gave up on the winner thing. Told everybody to stop calling me that. Because I didn't win. My dad did it all for me. I'm going to start again from scratch. I won't let what he did ruin everything. And pretty soon I'll be better than him and better than Edgeworth, so watch out! Now, first order of business, get a new nickname. Got this, Eustace. Well, it was eventful to say the least, but we got it done, and the movie's going down great. I think the murder stories in the gossip magazines might have helped. Big bad man emerges from reveal the true face of monster behind Zhang Fa President's murder plot. Huh? Wait, is this a picture of you, Mr. Powers? What? But why? Hey, it's not so bad. After all, it'll make people come to see the movie, right? Yeah, I guess. He didn't want his face to be shown. Oh my god, please. I very much enjoyed the movie, Sean. It's nothing. It wasn't even a big part. The boy who befriended both Tarstors and Gordy, they don't come any bigger than that. And it was a role you were born to play. You think? Well, it would be cool to be in the sequel, I guess. And I kinda like acting. Hey, can we pick something up before we head back? I wanted to get some lion lilies for my dad. Of course, and I will buy some too, for a meal. Oh. Back in the office again! Holy frick, hold on, I'm gonna take a drink. Oh, what the fudge? When was that there? Get the nope. I mean, dude, for real, doesn't even know fire isn't a dude's skull. Skull emoji. Oh god, after this, I'm gonna have to like rest my freaking throat. It hurts. Ah. It's been a busy few days, huh, sir? Oh, I love the music. Unbelievably so. How did so many important cases all come along at once? There's never a dull moment when I'm around. Guess I'm just lucky that way. Wait, so all that stuff happened because of you? No, Gummy, how could you say that? And yet, I don't think the good detective is entirely wrong. Well, okay, what now? Will you be returning to your thieving practice? Yeah, good question. What? You're not sure? How can I put this? I guess I feel like I've been trying to follow in my father's footsteps this whole time, you know? Trying to become a great thief, just like he was. The Yatagarasu, or a Yatagarasu at least. But watching how this all planned out for you, Mr. Edgeworth, It got me thinking that maybe I need to get out from under his shadow and live my own life too. Just like how you decided not to do the whole attorney thing. It's time to make our own fate. She's right. After all, nothing thrives in the shade. I'm going to be my own hero. That sounds like an admirable plan indeed. I won't be giving up the name though. Can't not be the Yatagarasu, right? Whatever name you pick, you'll always be Kay to us, Kay. And you'll always be a hero. Aw, thanks, Gummy. You'll always be my Gummy too. You bet I will. And I'll be doing my detective thing just as hard as always. And I'll be counting on you, sir. Yes, and I'll be counting on you too, detective. Just as I've been counting on you these last few days. You've helped us out too many times to mention. I think your next salary review may come as a pleasant surprise. Huh? Huh? Wait, you mean... What's the matter? I'm saying I'll see it too that you get paid a little more, detective. Finally! Gumshoe W here. You will? This is unbelievable, sir. No way! Go Gummy! It's like a dream come true. I can finally leave the instant noodle life behind. What we've all been waiting for. He can finally leave the instant noodle. But don't think I'll be letting you rest on your laurels. Your work won't get any easier. I hope you understand that. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. I'll give you everything I got. Just you wait and see. Fender and Judge Gavel set me on a new path in life. A path on which I will face down every contradiction that the law has to present. A path at whose ends lies the ultimate truth. But can I really do this? I'll need to give it some serious thought. It certainly won't be easy. Nonetheless. Mr. Edgeworth, there's another reason I was never truly alone during my long struggle against Chairman Winter. Someone else was with me. Someone other than the goddess. Of course! Sean! This clipping gave me more courage than words can express. Simply having it near gave me hope. When we feel that we are not alone, we can keep going, no matter how hard the road ahead. So that was your secret weapon all along. The strength of your bond with your son. The strength of my bonds. Oh, I almost forgot! What? What is it? I was trying to find another member for my Yatagarasu team, right? I do vaguely remember something about that. I never even found a single one. We were even going to be unstoppable in our quest to steal the truth. So much for that little pipe dream. You're kidding, right? You already have a team. A team that can solve any case the world cares to throw at it. Yeah, I guess I do. The prosecutor, the detective, and the great thief. Between the three of us, we can hunt down the truth, put in handcuffs, and steal it once and for all. I can't help feeling a little sorry for the truth in that case. As long as the three of us stick together, we got nothing to fear, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Indeed, nothing at all. My father followed his own path, right to the end. And now, I follow a path of my own making, too. But not alone. I have some colorful companions to help me. As long as they're beside me, I won't lose my way. It's a new path, and a new me. And I'll be walking it as a prosecutor, not an attorney. My father's path and mine are different. But they're not as separate as they seem. Though the routes differ, the destination is the same. Because, of course, both end at the truth. Oh my god! Oh my god! And that is the end. Oh my god! I love that so much. my god. My throat hurts, but it's worth it. Oh, I'm looking at that. Hold on. I'm looking at the gallery. Let me see this. Well-worn organizer for unlocking everything in the gallery. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Coming to VC, we can do the talking after stream. You want me to go in VC right now? Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Nah, post-stream. Okay, but I probably won't talk much because my throat does hurt a lot. Oh, I love this so much! Oh, the art's so good! The art, the music, everything. I love it so much. Wait. I know there's a freaking... Oh, yeah, here's all, like, the concept art stuff. Special exhibits. There's even, like, this. Okay. Oh my god. I don't know how to comprehend it. That was amazing. But I'm gonna end the stream here. Oh my god. I love this game so much. I love this freaking franchise. I love everything about it. It's amazing. Holy frick. Actually, you know, hold on. Let's go to the gallery. Let's look at the music. I'm going to find some music. Prosecutor's Gambit. What the fudge? Why is Larry's at the... I don't know, No, frick it. Okay, we're gonna, like, do this one. Alright. Hope you guys have a good day, night, or whatever. And I'll see y'all the next time I stream. Whenever that will be. Bye-bye.